never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Man, this weekend's gonna be my weekend, bro. Sunday is my birthday, so I'm already not gonna be doing anything. A good weekend for me is whenever it's cold outside or frigid. I think 20 is a little too warm for my taste, honestly. I like it when it's like 13 degrees out. That's like that whatever everything was frozen over that one year whenever they had to turn off the power. That to me was cold. I was like, okay, yeah, I could deal with this. But like this 20 degrees, that ain't shit. Well, it becomes a problem when we start turning out the power. That's when we got to be worried, but 20 degrees ain't that bad. I think it usually stays about 14 degrees in Louisiana. Like every other year, it would get about that cold. So like, it's not too bad. Though I don't know how the weather is now. I haven't been in Louisiana in over 11 years since 20. Nah, it's been longer than that. It's been since like what, 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. I don't know what could be causing you to be tired. Sometimes it happens when you're stressed. Like, it feels like no matter how much you sleep, you just can't get enough. That looks like Dookie. Bubblegum Galaxy? Ew. Sky Leap looks like a speedrunner game or whatever the hell that is. Street Fighter 6. Golf. Man, what is this shit? There's like nothing. That's some more Yakuza gameplay. Boom! Damn, did you see that? That was crazy. Man, they really trying to bring back this Bubsy, man. I don't know why it wasn't that big of a hit when it came out originally.
Hey everyone, it's me, your old pal Bubsy. Ever since I announced my return, your reactions have been amazing. You said things like a game suffering from uncontrollable momentum and a confusing layout. Okay, weird. You know what? Let's try another.
Is that a VTuber?
His endless quips were annoying, the music was generic, and the levels were laid out like Are these even the right reviews? Oh, they're not. Oh! Phew. Okay then. Here are the right ones. See? Now this is what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, this feels...
That looks like shit. That looks like shit, man.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that looks like dog shit.
this feels good.
What are they thinking?
We got tech now, baby.
Yo, this looks like a PlayStation 2 game.
I'm talking bigger bosses, meaner enemies, and of course, me in beautiful HD. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Are you ready? See, we're not even scared of GTA. What do you mean it got delayed again?
Okay, so like the developers who made it are they're kind of good. Not gonna lie, but the game looks so bad. I mean, I hope it's good because they seem like interesting people. I'll say that. Yeah, it looks like it looks like Crash Bandicoot a little bit, huh? Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's gonna be a process no matter what, unfortunately. I do feel like the newer medications that you can use for the weight loss are definitely still way better than trying to do it the old-fashioned way. And I'm gonna say this in my own opinion, because like, you know, I've lost the weight and then gained it back. And I lost the weight because of a super bad depression that I went through. Like, I lost like 40 pounds in a month. Like, it was super bad. So, unless you're eating like peanut butter every day, 7 days a week for a month, and only peanut butter, like, not even a lot of peanut butter, like eating like 2 or 3 spoons of peanut butter, not even that. I think it was like 2. There's like 2 like chunky spoons of peanut butter, and then going to bed when you get cravings. I don't think, like, it's really fucking hard to lose weight. Your body just tries everything in its power to retain it. And the second you start getting like cravings, because my cravings usually would hit me at like 8, 9 p.m., I would just go to bed. I wouldn't even fuck with that. I would just go to bed. And I didn't even work out. I didn't work out at all. Literally just starved myself. But that is how you lose weight, because you have to keep in mind. So here's what really sucks about trying to lose weight. Your body has already stored the fat, right? So whatever you eat to feed yourself, even if it's minuscule amounts, won't burn the fat. Because whatever you put in your stomach is just going to go straight through your digestive system. And you still retain the fat. That's the problem. You have to go into a negative, like, hunger balance. You have to be hungry. And that, it's not the hunger that's the problem. It's the fucking cravings. Everyone's like, oh, I'm hungry. Nah, bro, you got the mad sick cravings. Them cravings is what fucks you. Every time. What are we doing? Why am I on Fox News already? Hey, man, that's a good start. Hell yeah. You got to start somewhere. That's for sure. Shelter something or another. What is this? Where'd that even pop at?
I spent years believing I was nothing more than the damage I left behind.
Oh, isn't this that, like, Wick? It looks like John Wick.
Assassin, built to destroy, then disappear. Then Jessie. She crossed my path. Wrong place.
Is that Jason Statham? Wait a minute. It is! What? Yo, they're making a Jason Statham game? What? Hold on. Whoa.
I spent years believing I was nothing more than the damage I left behind. Trained as an assassin.
Yo, let's go. He's getting his own game.
Built to destroy, then disappear. Then Jessie. She crossed my path. Wrong place, wrong time. She saw something in me. Something I thought was long gone.
Roguelike, huh?
Those who trained me are targeting us both, but I've sworn to protect her, be her shelter. The storm is coming. What they don't realize is there are no safe places to hide from a man who's become unshackled.
Wait, what? Hold on.
From a man who's become unshackled.
It's a game. It's a movie. It's a movie made in Fortnite. What the fuck is this? No, it's a game. It's a custom map for Fortnite. What? That's crazy. I was gonna play this too. That's unfortunate. Damn it! This looks good. Man, you got all them teeth, but that ain't gonna stop you from some buckshot, huh? That is not what I thought that was gonna do. What? That is not what I thought that was gonna do. I guess they're coming out with the new Star Wars? What is this? Huh. I guess that's all the games. That's unfortunate. Alright, check out Susie Mod! Send them all the loves and likes and views.
It chooses a life of peace and discipline.
Oh, I love this little guy. This guy is another one that I usually try to look for whenever I play Pokemon.
In the heart of the forest,
Obviously, depending on the version.
Gladiator enjoys a moment of stillness. But the forest never sleeps. A crimson rival has arrived to challenge. This gentleness is the ultimate signature of a truly powerful creature.
That one too. The only way you can make a Scyther evolve into this is by trading it. That's the only way.
This is no struggle for survival, but a sacred
Forgot the
right
name of
among
that.
masters.
I think this evolves as well. I think he evolves.
Heracross must awaken the warrior instincts buried deep within its lineage. The speed of the wind clashes against the steadfastness of the mountains. Intense heat triggers a massive surge of primal, transformative energy.
He like died, bro.
When limits are reached, the
He fucking
biological-
died. He just flops over. He's dead.
When limits are reached, the biological frame begins its forced overload. Mega Heracross, nature's ultimate heavy lifting machine, is finally unleashed. Power enough to toss a fighter jet effortlessly into the clouds. Yet, this overwhelming force is never intended to end a brother's life. The duel concludes as both warriors touch the pinnacle of their potential. In the world of gladiators, respect is far more precious than victory. The price...
I think the Omega evolutions are so fucking stupid. Am I the only one? What is it? What are they like going Super Saiyan 1 now? Like what's next? Super Saiyan 2? Like what? They gonna try and patent that shit too and sue people for that? Look out, DBZ, you're next.
The reward after the trial is the sweet nectar of cosmic harmony. The balance of the woods is restored through a single honest bout. The Red Wanderer departs, leaving the Blue Guardian in silent peace. It stands as an immovable fortress, guarding the sanctity of life. The instinct to protect remains stronger than the urge to destroy. True power resides not in the fist, but in the enduring spirit. Tomorrow,
Nah, bro,
a
ain't
new
nobody
journey of
doing
strength
cocaine.
will begin once again in the wild.
At the heart of the bramble forest, survival is measured by the sharpness of one's natural weaponry. This is Scyther territory. These precise cuts are
I love Scyther. Scyther's awesome.
warning markers.
He was like my original
With
favorite
surgical
Pokemon
skill.
before
This Scyther
Metagross.
school is engaged in a brutal training ritual, honing their predatory
Chop.
instincts to a razor's edge. An invader emerges. Electabuzz, a creature of lightning, is challenging the territorial boundaries.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen an episode of Pokemon where Electabuzz isn't being a raging dickhead. Isn't that originally how Ash came in, like, contact with Electabuzz, is he was just being an asshole?
With iron discipline, the Alpha commands the subordinates to retreat, preparing for a direct confrontation. The battle erupts with an overwhelming energy strike aimed at paralyzing the opponent's nervous system. The slashers cause no meaningful damage to the thick hide. Electabuzz's brute force is beginning to dominate. Scyther relies on speed, but Electabuzz is building a charge capable of distorting molecular structures.
Damn,
Scyther
bro.
Alpha realizes this is no longer a territorial fight, but a battle for the survival
Does
of the
Scyther have a Mega Evolution? I don't think it does,
next
right?
generation.
At least I've never seen it.
The metal scythes absorb the electric shock, the sheer physical impact.
See, I didn't know they were metal.
Joints apart. The immense electromagnetic pressure and heat deform the metal structure, leading to the destruction of the combat organs. In the moment between life and death, a rare biological reaction is triggered by electromagnetic energy. Witness Skazor. This new exoskeleton is no longer organic. It is a dense, impenetrable steel alloy.
That's not how Scyther evolves.
The speed of Scyther remains.
You gotta trade him, bro. That's the only way.
But now every movement carries the weight of a war machine. It takes only a single bullet punch to end the conflict. The hunter has become the absolute sovereign. Scyther's composure remains. The battle ends not in rage, but in the re-establishment of order. The smaller insect Pokemon are safe. The evolution of the leader guarantees the survival of the entire community.
Hey, get alive, bro. That's gotta be the cutest fucking Pokemon I've ever seen. If that was a real thing.
In steel form, the insectoid instinct to sharpen its weapons remains unchanged. The social order of the swarm has been reset. A new era of steel has begun in this forest. It no longer relies on speed illusions. Now, its physical power is the ultimate defense against the strongest foes. The legacy of the scythe is transformed. From a speed ninja, the leader is now an indomitable steel warrior. With its new armor, Sigzor no longer fears the currents or the strikes of stronger foes. Sigzor is proof that evolution is driven by sacrifice and the instinct to protect.
Oh, isn't it Skizzer or something?
The 1,000-year-old.
Okay, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's all you get. That's all you get. Look at the little Rayquaza. Just a little Rayquaza. Look at that. Okay, that's it. That's all you get. W Susie Mod, by the way. Let's see. Do we have anything else? Oh, wait, we do. We have the daily dose of the internet. And we have this. Pull this forward. Do the daily dose of the internet. Bop!
Internet. This guy gave up on dating apps and is doing this instead.
That's funny.
И сейчас улыбается.
Oh my god, we used to do that as a
The reason
kid.
why this dog is wearing a diaper.
Ah!
These people found an iguana in their toilet.
How?
Got him. Got him. I got him. He's coming out. He's coming out. I got him. Come here. Come here. I got my very sick one. Come here. Whoa. Whoa.
This guy was trying to light up his cigarette when the universe sent him a sign.
Yo, ain't that some shit? No way, bro. Huh.
The squirrel likes to bury his nuts in this person's hands.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how fast I'm going. I don't know the RPMs. I don't know how many
So why does this cat?
Bro! Bro, what is that?
I don't know how fast I'm going. I don't know the RPMs. I don't know.
Yo! Yo, every light is on, too. Yo! You know what's sad? I know what's causing this. I know exactly what's causing this. He's got a ground fault wire in his truck somewhere or in his vehicle that's not connected to the vehicle itself. I had a friend and we worked on the front end of his truck. And, we didn't put one of the ground fault wires on, and he went to turn on his lights and his windshield wipers were going.
How much oil's in the...
So why does this cat sound like a pig?
The fuck? I don't like
It
the
really
kid
doesn't
ones,
get any
man.
I walked
close.
through terrorizing her.
Yeah. You did, right?
Thank you.
Oh! Ooh!
Last night.
Oh, this is the one where the fish tries to eat her, right? Or something like that. It like tries to bite her head. Oh no, maybe not.
What's that sound? That's not a boat. It's a stampede!
Oh wow, look at all the dolphins. You know, they say that whales are known to capsize boats, like, often. It happens a lot, apparently. Oh, here we go. This is my kind of clip. Here we go. Oh! Damn! Bro, do you see what it did to the 18-wheeler? Look at the cab. Oh!
These people found a really thirsty squirrel.
Is that water? Water? Damn, dude, he must be thirsty, bro. That is not a good sign. Oh, fuck. What the fuck did he think? What? Damn, he hit that motherfucker hard, bro. Oh, what? Fuck. Oh. Oh. Oh.
His dad has an identical twin, and she was very confused. Exactly the same.
Quite literally level 94.
Bro, that's like vivarium kind of shit. I hate that goddamn film, dude. I wanted to slap the shit out of that little bastard.
Let me get Jane Sal's.
Bro, that's creepy.
This floating bridge in China looks absolutely insane.
Holy! Look at all the fucking cats and raccoons.
What y'all doing?
Bro, it's like a community meetup or something.
What the hell? Are you tiny? Oh my god, he's in jail! What did you do? Run! Run! Where's Spider-Man?
Oh, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that thing, bro? What is that thing? I've never seen that before in my life. What is that? What kind of fucking war machine of death is that? It looks like something out of fucking, Death Race. Oh! Fuck! What the fuck? Is that for, like, a movie or something? What is that? It is. It's for a movie. It's for a movie. It's for a movie. It's for a movie. I saw the camera. I saw the, Look, hold on. Wait, you'll see it. You'll see it. See, look, there's the camera. Okay. I was like, dude, oh my god. What the fuck is that? Why is that happening in New York? What is that? There's the camera.
The kite surfer was out practicing when he saw someone that was drowning.
Oh, damn.
I found this really old video of this guy throwing boiling hot water off his balcony when it is minus 41 outside.
It's gonna turn into steam. Yep. There it goes. Shh. That was kind of
sick. This guy made a drone that is solar powered. What's cool about this is that it can fly non-stop for hours as long as the sun is out.
Yay, take off.
Hey, flying!
Barely.
It's a bit shaky, but it's flying.
It's struggling, man.
This is what it looks like when a tiger needs to get a CAT scan.
You just need his head straight.
Man, that's a big ass. You know, you don't really think about how heavy those damn things are. Tigers are fucking heavy, man. They can weigh like 1,000 pounds. What is this?
These people got in a crash, and police weren't available to direct traffic, so a random guy in a Spider-Man suit showed up.
DOW guy.
Firefighter, maybe? No, it's Spider-Man. He just told me to stop. He's not happy.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh, shit.
What's going on in here?
Ew.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
He left a ball up in a forest to see if any wild animals would play with it.
Oh, 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 what's going on with that one's antler? Bop!
This is how vets listen to the heartbeat of a snake using an ultrasound machine.
That's crazy. Huh.
I was recently in New Jersey, and this fire department let me go for a ride in their fire truck. I learned that about 70% of all firefighters in the USA are volunteers and have other full-time jobs. That is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
Yo, W Fire Department, that's right, bro. Representing. Gotta represent. Let's hit these shorts up. I got a few shorts that I pulled. Here's one. They're funny. They're not like, they're political, but they're funny as fuck, dude. There will be appreciation to their comedy. And there are some more that I think I looked at this morning. Here we go. Oh, but it's because you're Somalian. It's because you're not Somalian. That's why you can't go to the daycares.
I'm not gonna let you take that air fryer.
Oh, come on, goddammit.
Oh, no. I'm trying to get daycare for my kid. I don't know what you're talking about. Get the fuck off my private property. Yeah, but isn't this a daycare?
That's me trying to enroll my baby into 40 daycares across Columbus.
Tyler Oliveira did it as well. He did the same thing in Columbus, Ohio.
That received over $42 million from government programs designed to feed kids from 2017 to 2025. It turned out they were claiming to feed far more meals than they actually provided. And this little office is the only address that could ever be found. Were these 40 daycares that received money from this nonprofit legit, or are they shell businesses operating as a front?
Wow, this building is complete trash. Hello. I have a 1-year-old. I wonder if I can get an application. Yes. Or like, what's the deal with the boarded up windows?
Well, that's not.
I love how instead of the Democrats trying to do the same thing in Republican states, they're immediately attacking Nick Shirley. Why don't you go to a Republican state and try to find some fraud there? Why are you immediately attacking the people that are like, fraud is fraud? Seriously.
I boarded up. It's sensitive because, you know, people are weird.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay.
Like, I don't really care. Stop trying to disenfranchise these people. Go and do your part. Like, instead of trying to disenfranchise people who found a shitload of fraud, go to a state, try to find the fraud.
Tons of
Get
kids in there.
famous.
I'm trying to get some childcare for my son.
You got less than 5 minutes to get off my private property. I'm calling the cops.
I'm trying to get some
Get the fuck off my private property right now.
Not even a hello, how are you? An empty building with a bunch of trash bags. Within 2 minutes of me knocking, someone came, just dropped off a bunch of kids, and that was that. Next up, Al Shafiqi. Let's see if they've been saying.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Here you
I'm
go.
highly recommend.
You think you can stand here and scare us? Huh? You're not protecting anyone. You're the problem. Look at me when I'm talking to you. What are you gonna do, tough guy? You gonna hide behind that mask? Say something. Say something. My eyes. Oh, damn it. Get it off. Oh, I can't see.
Put this on loop. Highly recommend. Man.
You think you can stand here and scare us?
Oh, man, you gotta love it, don't you? It's obviously AI, but it's so funny.
Say something. Say something. My eyes. Oh, damn it. Get it off. Oh, I can't see.
Put this on loop. Highly recommend.
Here we go. Bro, I am the weapon. I am the weapon. Oh!
Buddy, I hope your hand is doing all right. You are for sure the weapon.
Oh my God. I am the weapon.
Protests gone wrong.
Ain't nobody wants you up there. They all boo and you get off the stage, bitch. That's right, go.
Buddy, I hope your hand...
Oh, that's not what I thought it was. Hold on. We're missing some vids. Thought this was going to happen. That's why I decided to go through it. Agitators block roads surrounding ICE vehicles. God damn it. History. How's it going, PX5V1? That name is ridiculous, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. That name is crazy. Here you go.
When men stop doing the dirty and dangerous jobs that keep society running.
Can you give me an example of which jobs you're referring to?
Logging, plumbing, crab fishing, oil.
What is your plan for when the 80% of
She's smiling.
women who work in the healthcare industry no longer want to do it? What's your plan?
I have a plan.
Yeah, what's your plan?
Let's give the jobs to the men. They'll do it better.
She's so mad, bro. She's fuming. She's so aggro now. Yeah, you can't even fucking...
Man,
you got nothing to bitch about now, do you?
Men stop doing the dirty and dangerous jobs that keep society running.
Can you give me an example of which jobs you're referring to?
Logging, plumbing, crab fishing, oil rig.
What is your plan for when the
there she
80%
goes.
of women who work in the healthcare industry no longer want to do it? What's your
I
plan?
have a plan.
Yeah, what's your plan?
Let's give the jobs to the men. They'll do it better.
She's laughing, dude.
Man, she made.
Woo! That lady is fuming, bro. I think there was one more. Let me see. I thought there was one more. Oh, maybe not. Oh, fuck.
I'm trying to get daycare for my.
I thought there was one more, but maybe I'm wrong. No, I guess that's it. Where is... There we go. Check out Bellular News. Hell yeah, Bellular News. Bellular News.
Closing out the Game Awards is already a failure. The game is called Highguard, and I think it's fair to say that currently it's the most death-flagged game out there. And you can see the comments about the place. It's dead on arrival. It's cooked. And
they're calling it Concord too. Even some of the animations are from Concord characters. If you look at a comparison of the attacks from Concord to Highguard, it looks the same.
Since that controversial reveal ending the Game Awards, it's basically been radio silence. And for some, this is just another bit of damning evidence of the state of gaming. It's yet another multiplayer shooter heading out to an audience that's already sick of them. You know, it's basically Concord 2. So, to those critics, it basically looked like Highguard blew their entire budget on that final big spot of the game.
That's right, they blew their load, man. They're all dry now. It's empty. They're poofing it.
Hard, then went radio silent and pretty much immediately gave up. That's the common narrative out there, but it's not quite what's actually happened. $1 million. That's actually what sources told Kotaku a 3-minute Game Awards trailer spot costs.
$1 million? They blew $1 million on that?
Highguard's was at 2 minutes and 37 seconds, and usually in the Game Awards, that kind of thing is money well spent. I mean, the 2025 event reached 100.
They need to start realizing that it's not about how often you shove a commercial into someone's face. Like, think about it. Think about this. When was the last time you saw a product that you saw a trailer for that was shoved in your fucking face repeatedly? And you thought to yourself, I want to go out and buy that. I think that we're about to hit a point where we're so sick of seeing trailers on everything we pay for. Like, even now, if you pay for Netflix, it gives you access, but you have to pay for the most expensive tier just to not see hundreds of ads. I don't think I've ever watched an ad and said, I want to go and get that product now. I only go to the store for necessities. Like, I run out of toilet paper, obviously we need more toilet paper. Run out of fucking dish soap, need more dish soap. Like, I don't see an Alienware fucking ad and think to myself, oh, let me go get that fucking computer because, you know, I totally have money for that. They're literally shoving these ads in your face constantly for products you just don't want. It doesn't matter how often you shove them in someone's face, they're not going to buy it if they, number one, don't have the money, or number two, straight up don't need it or want it. Like, stop thinking that just because you promote this fucking game for $1 million+ on some game award show that people are just going to drop hundreds of dollars on it. If people are tired of something, they're just not going to buy it. That's all there is to it. It doesn't matter how much you promote it.
Million viewers. That's a hell of a lot, but obviously, it only works if people actually like what they see. And when Jeff Keighley ended the show's reveals, I think audiences had
It can't be
high
as bad as my
expectations,
name.
and you can really see why.
How's
Over
it
the last
going,
few
Puddin'?
years, we closed with Intergalactic,
Watching
the Heretic Prophet, which not everyone is hyped for, but, you know, big new Naughty Dog game.
Vince Ryder.
Also,
I'm
Monster
just
Hunter
gonna ban
Wilds
you
and a
'cause you're
release
retarded.
date for Final Fantasy
Bye.
16. That's big stuff, and at
Enjoy the
this show,
Shadow
we've
Realm.
already seen Divinity, Mega Man, and Fate of the Old Republic, so I mean, if something was to close out the show, surely it would be something truly special. And then we saw a trailer for another multiplayer shooter, and people started laughing. You know, Z's in chat. And it's one with a familiar fantasy meets guns aesthetic. People are sliding, there's destruction, there's hero powers. It all seems familiar even though it's saying a new breed of shooter. Because they say it's a new breed, but we kind of recognize all the constituent parts. And from what we could tell, the largest difference was that you could ride horses and bears, which obviously we've...
Oh man, gee, guys. That's totally gonna make me want to play this dog shit slop.
You know,
man,
gagging to do.
Say less.
Hero shooter games. So the vibes were bad. Hell, even the game's name sounded like someone just ran Overwatch.
They said watching the Fence Rider, so I said enjoy the Shadow Realm.
People even thought it was a weird fake game. And since then, the developer, Wildlight Entertainment, have said nothing, despite there being a release coming next week.
They've said nothing, and I'll tell you why they've said nothing. They read the comments on the Game Awards. They read the comments for their game X posts. They read all the comments and realized they fucked up hard.
So what the hell's going on with this mystery?
I think I am so happy that multiplayer like only games as a franchise are finally dying. I want single player, full-fledged, non-updated experiences. I want released games that are fully released, not having to sit and wait for an update just to fix the goddamn campaign. I want that so bad.
They just drop $1 million on that final slot for absolutely nothing. Wildlight did not pay for that final slot. Now, they seem to have paid for a slot, though Jeff Keighley has been known to reduce rates, even down to free, for indie devs. But according to reports from journalists...
It's not an indie dev. It's not an indie developer. From what I understand, they have ties with the original Concord team. That's what I've read. Asman covered a little bit of it as well.
And Paul Tassi, Keighley and his team gave Highguard the closing position. Here's the quote from Paul Tassi.
A fence rider is somebody who doesn't know how to stick on one side or the other of an opinion. Like somebody that looks at the lady that got shot and killed, the domestic terrorist that got shot and killed, and they're like, well, I don't know, I think they're both at fault. That's somebody who fence rides.
Just really liked the game and offered it to them. So basically, it was Keighley's editorial choice. He thought it was cool. He wanted to show a game that's coming out rather soon, instead of one that's coming out years and years away. Like, I don't know, say, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. And to his credit, I think we all like a trailer with gameplay rather than purely CG, and it's one that also fit the industry story that Jeff has been trying to tell, of the independent developers basically coming from ex-AAA studios and then being able to
That's not an independent developer. Hold on. We have to make better definitions of an independent developer. An independent developer is somebody that doesn't have millions of dollars. Like, in my context of an independent developer, Expedition 33 doesn't even meet that criteria because they had millions of dollars worth of funding. An independent developer is like Schedule 1. The dude made the entire game himself. He didn't have chairman or like investors. He made the game from scratch. I hate this new contortion of independent developing of games. It's complete rot. You are ruining the indie game industry by doing this. It is misconstrued, it is taken out of context, and it's wrong. An independent developer is somebody that doesn't have millions of dollars to back them. Most of the content they make in the game is themselves and making their own sound effects. A lot of the content that's in an indie developed game is not from an X studio where they can drop their name of being like, oh, I worked on this one successful game 20 years ago. Why don't you send me some money? That's not what an indie developer is. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's not indie.
Really hard punching above their weight. That's clear from both his introduction and the trailer. So, the intended selling point for Highguard basically comes down to one framing, and it's this. From the makers of Apex Legends and Titanfall.
You bitches wish this was Titanfall. Titanfall 2 was so good. Titanfall 2 was amazing. The single-player campaign was fucking awesome, dude. I love the single-player campaign. I didn't even play the first one. I played the second one because I found out it had a single-player campaign, and I was like, holy shit, a multiplayer developer made this? This is insanely good.
I've said that up front. It's 61 devs who kind of just went and made two of the best shooters of the last decade, who are now free from EA's clutches to just make whatever the hell they want. That's the same trick that was used in the first reveal of the show for Fate of the Old Republic, which ended with the return of the original KOTOR director, Casey Hudson. It's just that for Highguard, it didn't really work. That pedigree just didn't give viewers enough confidence in what they were seeing. So now that we're a week from launch, why the hell has it been radio silence? And what's going on with this game?
They're probably fighting with each other right now, saying, how are we going to make this thing? Are we going to charge people to play this dumpster fire? Or are we just going to release this and make it free with a bunch of skins in it?
There's the expectation, basically, that it's either been delayed for a rework or that they've just given up and are hoping to quietly drop the game somehow. But part of the silence is actually simple logistics. You see, if you're a studio doing a marketing campaign for a multiplayer game, I think it's fair to say that 2025's last few weeks basically would have been the worst time in years, because you're fighting Arc Raiders, Battlefield, and COD. And of course, you can't launch your game the week before Christmas because the holidays would just kill the momentum, which basically means the game kind of had to come out in January. Perhaps that makes sense. I mean, Hytale went for a similar strategy, and they've absolutely monopolized.
I think Hytale might actually. No, I don't think it is actually an indie developed game, because I think it was. So, from what I understand, Hytale originally was formed by a studio with two people, and then they gave it to a big production company, or a big company that's a corporation. I'm not sure which one, and then the two guys ended up buying it back because they had decided to kill Hytale, and now the two guys own it again, and that's the reason why it got released. So I think, don't 100% me on this, but I think Hytale might be indie. It might be.
Quiet release schedule. But Highguard isn't Hypixel, it doesn't have the positive vibes, hell, it doesn't even have the neutral vibes people basically are dooming on it already. Obviously, the reveal was meant to go better than it did, and the hostility of people's reaction has firmly got them in negative territory, which basically means they have got to overcome all of that. So, think about it this way. If Wildlight had spent the last few weeks dropping trailers and blog posts for characters, explaining powers and mechanics, then there would have been one overriding reaction, criticism, where, fair or not, every ability would have been contrasted with Overwatch, Apex, or any other shooter. I mean, the original...
Think about how many people are even bothering to play these games anymore. These games are dying. Like, if you're constantly losing people that are no longer playing these games, they're dying. So why the hell would they leave one dying game to go to another? Like, if you're going to spend all your time, effort, and money into buying skins or trying to get good at a game, like, for example, Apex Legends, and it's not only a sweat fest in most of the fucking lobbies because everyone's trying to make money off of them, right? So you have to be like the best of the best of the best. And then on top of that, you have people constantly leaving because they're rampant with cheaters. There are known competitive members of the community that are almost completely open about cheating. So, like, at what point do you realize that people are only really playing this game so they could become famous off of it? But the thing is like, with EA Sports dying, like the whole competition and championship around it is slowly but surely dying. Why would people invest their time and money and effort into a game like this? That's why people did it originally. It had nothing to do with the actual gameplay. People fucking hated this. Like, I can't tell you how many clips I've seen of people absolutely breaking their shit because of how infuriating these matches are. Hey, that's why I stopped playing multiplayer. It's like, I only played it to make content, but then I was like, if my goal is never to be the best at the game, then why the fuck am I trying to do this? I'm hurting myself. There's no point.
The trailer was leaning into familiarity. It was meant to feel like enough of a known quantity to, well...
And then, like, you have a job, so you have to juggle a job and then, like, trying to become really good at this game, and then you have, like, a 13-year-old or a 16-year-old whose entire life revolves around getting up, eating something, and then playing this game all day, well, how the fuck are you supposed to compete with that? You can't.
Could immediately pick up and play, safe in the knowledge that it's Apex and Titanfall people, which would appear to be the strategically sound play. I mean, for an example, we've seen with Dreamhaven, which is a whole bunch of ex-Blizzard people, that, yeah, you can be famous devs with big pedigree, but if you step outside your known genre, people just, may not give a shit. Of course, the problem here, though, is that no one was willing to extend them grace after the reveal. Everyone's pretty much already decided.
I was so excited. I was like, what? Something coming out soon? Something coming out soon? What is it? And then I saw what it was, and I was like, oh.
The Concord sign. So that means a normal marketing wave of blog posts and trailers wouldn't just have been a Sisyphean task. It would have been a bit like Sisyphus pushing the boulder, just that the boulder is actually water, and it's just going to go down the hill, right? There's nothing he can do. I think it would have been completely pointless. And I think they probably know that as well, especially because there are a group of developers who have actually solved that problem before, and all signs point to them doing the same trick again. Let me explain. Per leaks to Insider Gaming's Tom Henderson.
I'm so sorry. I don't know how the fuck that happened. I pressed left on the fucking mouse and then it started doing that. I don't know how that happened. Why?
There's already been a marketing event for Highguard. Probably not on the same scale as, say, the Battlefield event of 2025.
I'm sorry, but Battlefield didn't need an event. I guarantee you, if Battlefield just launched the way it was with the multiplayer, people would have flocked to it in droves, like they did at its launch. It didn't need a whole lot of trailers. It didn't need a heavy amount of marketing. It didn't need to cram ads into everybody's fucking vision because they made a damn good game.
But it allegedly did happen. You just haven't seen it yet. And that's because everyone involved is under embargo. And that's because Highguard can't get a mulligan on their reveal. But the plan is to make sure that the next time you see it, it is in your hands, or at least that it could be, and that you can see a bunch of stuff.
Oh, that makes sense. They're not showing you any more gameplay because it's garbage. They just want you to buy the game so that way they could collect the money and fuck you over. I got it. I know exactly what he's talking about.
Streamers and press. Basically, it's the same people who did the Apex Legends Shadow Drop. And I think you could argue that maybe the Game Awards was a bit of a blunder. Maybe this would have went better if it was a pure Shadow Drop. It's hard to say.
There were more people watching Asmon's live stream of him watching the awards than there were people watching the awards on Twitch.
But with the Game Awards,
I think the Game Awards are dying because of their biased bullshit.
It seems that a big day one push is basically the next best option for them. As much as the reaction has been hostile, we have seen new multiplayer games make it, even relatively new IP. Arc Raiders and Marvel Rivals both broke through last year and have got stable audiences. The finals...
Yeah, Arc Raiders too. Arc Raiders did really well. Like, bro, people still playing Arc Raiders constantly.
Did that in 2023. Now, obviously, not every game makes it. There's Spectre Divide and Fragpunk.
What the fuck
Those
is
are
this?
ones last year, which, again, were brand new IPs from indie teams with a lot of experience, but they simply didn't last. All of them, though, were built in the same...
Oh my god! Holy shit! Bro, that's a bad graph! Holy fuck! Yo, they literally played the game and were like, nope, I'm out. 2 players. There are 2 people playing this game. How do you... Why? Oh my god.
Principle. That principle was that making a good game is only part of the conversation, and that the rest is marketing. And that is a truly high mountain to climb. Let me explain here. So there's a recent study from a marketing firm called GameSight, and it showed that players need to see, get this, 141 hours worth of coverage before they'll buy a premium game.
Bro. You see, this is exactly what I was saying. This is exactly what I was saying before. This is exactly what I was saying earlier in the video. It doesn't matter how many times you cram something in front of somebody, unless you're fucking brain dead, retarded lobotomites, you're not gonna buy it. If you don't want to play it, or you see it and you're just like, I'm never gonna touch that, cramming 7 more ads after the first one isn't going to make them buy it. Like, we're literally using YouTube algorithm tactics, but instead of subbing, you're buying a game. It's free to sub, but no one's going to spend $20 or $40 on a game, bro. I don't care how much you put it in front of me. And that's to say that the people that you're cramming this in front of don't have either ad block on or are paying for Twitch subs or YouTube Premium or whatever content platform they're watching. So even if you spend all this money on these, like, you know, ad things, there's never a guarantee that somebody's still going to even see it, much less put money on it.
Gotta be honest with you, that seems absolutely mad to me. I don't think that's ever fit me buying a game before.
Ever,
though I can't see the number making sense.
Like, who are they catering that to? Like, what statistic is that?
Talking not just about watch time. It could just be seeing trailers, being reminded of them, seeing reveals, conversations, even memes, community stuff. Now, free-to-play games have actually got a lower barrier, but according to them, that's only down to an average of 111 hours, and the total conversion rate is often...
Let me tell you what happens whenever a normal person that has an IQ above fucking 0 does whenever they see a trailer constantly of a game. They're going to get onto YouTube, they're going to YouTube ratings, they're going to YouTube gameplay, they're going to YouTube everything, and they're going to make their decision based on that.
Only 2.07% of the total addressed market. Obviously, for premium games, it's even lower. And that means that to break through to you, the player,
trying to make fucking buying a game a statistic with ads, bro.
Devs have got to spend millions trying to get into your head. But that won't be enough for a multiplayer game like Highguard, the type of game that really does need a network effect to actually take off. I mean, playing the multiplayer game only makes sense if lots of other people are doing it, and eventually you all get a ball rolling and you feel like you're part of the new thing.
It has to be in a constant positive state of gaining people. Otherwise, once it starts dominoing downhill, people stop playing it, and then the matches become harder and harder, and more people start dropping, and it just keeps getting harder to the point where you've got nothing but a bunch of people that are either cheating or have all day to do nothing but play the game.
The plan now appears to be, for this game anyway, a large barrage of information just before launch, right when there are as few barriers to entry.
Yeah, a lot of people, they watch streamers play it. Like, that's the reason why, when it came to Mind's Eye, a lot of top streamers were trying to stream it. But then, like, for example, I think it was Quinn, I don't know his, like, streamer name, but he was trying to launch the game, and he was trying to praise the game, right? Because he was sponsored, right? But the game wouldn't launch. It wouldn't launch on his computer. It would not let him play the game. And then he got an email saying that his sponsor was dropped. And he said, oh, okay, great. And then he just played something else.
Humanly possible, so they can capture as many people as possible.
Apparently they were doing that quite a bit because people were seeing the game and the gameplay, and they were like, this is dog shit. Because it was. It's dog shit.
They're doing a very different rollout to the one that we saw with Concord. Maybe they're thinking that with Concord, all of the marketing that was pretending that Concord was already a massive, super hype franchise, probably just made them look like they thought they were too big to fail, which obviously will have turned audiences against them. So, if I was placing my bets, I think that is what this studio...
They're staying silent so that way they can hide the gameplay to their shit game, and hoping that whenever it comes out, people will be curious enough to play it, and will make their decision based on that. But usually, whenever people have their first impressions of a game and they play it, they're typically right. I mean, you can't tell me how many people were looking at this game on the Game Awards. Like, you can see the comments, and people were just blazing this game. They were fucking giving it massive L's in chat, and is like, well, that's dead. So now they're trying to hide the gameplay so people, their curiosity will make them buy the game, so they spend the money, and the game development, company makes the money regardless.
Void. If the game's amazing, things could change.
Like, that's exactly what's going on. They're just trying to hide the game, so that way people will buy it out of curiosity, and then probably not play it after that. All right, let's move. I think that's all the gaming stuff. It looks like that's all the gaming stuff.
FBI
Oh, you know we gotta watch a Karen get fucked up by the FBI, right? You know we gotta watch that. That's like the hype of the day right there, boys. Hello? Come on.
visited this TikToker. Oh, here we go.
So apparently everybody's decided it's time to do the big thing. I've seen folks driving down to DC. There's about 5
Septum ring. My toxicity meter's going off. It's always got a fucking nose ring, man.
500 events planned this weekend all over the country.
The big thing.
And everybody has decided it's fucking time.
She's obviously talking about killing Trump. That's obviously what she's saying. Everybody knows.
Really? Is that a thing that's going around right now?
Knows this.
So spread the word. It's time.
The Second Amendment exists for this
You can protest, but you cannot threaten somebody. The Second Amendment and the First Amendment do not protect people who threaten public officials or leaders. They do not defend. You can walk up to a cop and say, go fuck yourself. But you cannot walk up to a cop and say, I'm going to kill you. There is a difference in those two words. You cannot do that. Stop doing it.
And if protests and boycotts aren't working, that's the only option left. If we're all
Just because you lost in a democracy where people went out and voted and you lost does not give you the right to just go and kill a political opponent. You want to cry and bitch and complain and moan about dictatorships. What the fuck are you doing? Dictators make that. They do that. So what's next? You mean that if the next election comes up and someone like Biden gets into office again, we're just, it's okay to sit there and threaten him? Come on.
dying anyways, might as well make it mean something.
And then this is what happens.
You really want to kill Trump? If you think Trump is bad, JD Vance is worse. Bro's gonna put religion back in schools. You better hope Trump doesn't die. That's all I gotta say to you. If you think Trump is bad, JD Vance is holy shit, you are not ready for JD Vance.
It fucking happened. The FBI just came to my door. I am fucking shaking right now.
You should be. You should be terrified. You should be grateful. You should be thanking every day to whatever God you believe in, the septum ring fucktard God that you believe in, that you did not just get arrested for threatening the President of the United States of America. You should be grateful you're not in jail.
Recording us now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm here because some folks in the public have expressed concerns about some posts made by a TikTok user, Mossy Matriarch.
Okay.
Is that your account?
Yeah.
Okay. Some
Hey, I mean, something does it, right?
Some of it might be inciting violence. What are your thoughts on that? Are you trying to do that?
No.
Do you have any intent on committing violence?
Bro, that's crazy. They're really trying to crack, like, the government's trying to crack down on this. Like, you can say a lot of stuff on the internet. You can't threaten officials, man. You can't threaten the police. You can't threaten your neighbor. It's a threat. You can't do that. That's not freedom of speech. It was never meant to protect that. We've just lost so many common sense brain cells that it just, man, stop eating the fucking lead, man. Get the fucking lead out of the houses. That's what we need to do. We need to make houses great again, goddammit.
thing I've tried to post about is like, let's be as peaceful as we fucking can.
That's not peaceful. Threatening someone's not peaceful.
I'm dying anyway.
Throwing peaceful bricks at police officers, trying to shoot them and run them over, that's not peaceful.
Might as well make it mean something.
They're just lying to you. The meek voice instantly. You can't let people like this get away with it. If they get away with it, then they'll just keep doing it. You know, at least take them to the station. Just basically make things unpleasant for them.
I agree. Like, you don't have to, like, whenever I say bring in the United States military to crack down in Minnesota, yeah, do that. It's not like they're going to go in there with live rounds and start shooting crowds, for fuck's sake. I can't stand these dishonest arguments that we have online now with this. It's like, they're going to bring in the United States military, they're going to start arresting people because they're impeding a federal investigation. It's ridiculous.
Who are attempting to incite violence.
Not off the top of my head.
Helmets, body armor. I'm gonna put the address that you guys can drop this shit off at. They need as much help as they can get right now.
If you're peacefully protesting, why would you need helmets and fucking body armor? Are you crazy? You're supposed to be standing on the sidewalk with a sign. That's how you peacefully protest. You got your whistles. You can blow your whistles all you want. You know, like, you can protest all fucking day. Stop getting in traffic. Stop impeding in ICE investigations with your vehicles. Stop throwing iced water bottles at them, like frozen water bottles. Stop throwing rocks at them. Stop throwing bricks at them. Stop trying to run them over. The sooner they are done with their investigation, the sooner they can leave your state. Seriously, that they're not gonna go anywhere. They're there. They're just gonna keep sending more in. The more you antagonize and you harass them, and now they're already mobilizing the United States military with 1,500 people. They're probably gonna send to Minnesota. You gotta stop, man.
I mean, we just stay out of other people's business mostly.
Yeah,
Even
sure
if
you do.
they're supporting violence. As I said, like, I'm interested in protecting First Amendment speech, but when someone is talking about hurting
that's
others or trying to get
adorable.
others to hurt
Yep,
people,
it's not the First Amendment.
Have fun. Enjoy the Shadow Realm.
Am I missing anything?
You support the use of political assassination to silence people you might disagree with?
No. That's the only option left.
No.
Banned to the Shadow Realm.
This is where you put the bitch in the back of the car and you replay the videos.
Yep.
Her lion-ass voice, I know.
All right. Thank you for your time.
All right.
Man.
I am definitely 100.
You know what's crazier? You notice that this FBI agent isn't even in uniform? That's how you know how serious this shit is. When you got an FBI agent with a file in his hand on you, he's not in uniform. I didn't see her trying to run him over because how is she supposed to know he's a federal FBI agent? Right? Why didn't she just shoot him because he walked into her garage, right? It's crazy how these people fold at the first sign of any actual consequences, huh?
Thank you for your time.
I didn't hear 35 excuses as to why she capitulated to this.
Man.
I am definitely 100% on a list now.
We are at the point in this country where if you are exercising free speech,
Free speech is advocating for people to kill the president. You learn something new every day.
I want to make it very fucking clear that I am not inciting violence.
The Second Amendment exists for
When you burn a flag in the crowd, when you burn a book in the crowd, when you burn things in a crowd, when you steal, when you loot, when you throw bricks at police officers, when you harm police officers, when you punch police officers, whenever you try to hit police officers with your car, whenever you try to get up in a police officer's face and touch them, whenever you threaten somebody, whenever you throw things at somebody, whenever you spit at them, that's all considered assault. You realize that you can assault somebody without ever touching them using force of words. It's actually illegal. You cannot walk up to somebody and threaten them. It is assault. You can be charged with assault if you walk up to somebody and you say you're going to kill them. If you spit on somebody, it's a form of biological terrorism. You could go to jail for assault. If you touch somebody unlawfully, it's battery. Stop. Stop it. Just stop. Just stop.
For this reason.
Just stop.
I'm not organizing violence.
Body armor.
I don't know anyone making any plans to assassinate anybody.
Why would you even bring that up then? Yeah, it's
And
interesting.
if I was, I probably would have had my account taken down a long time ago. Well, got my main account banned. Not even sure.
Well, hot damn, look at that. The FBI did their job.
Why I didn't even get any new violations.
Right. You don't need any violations. You broke the fucking law.
Censorship is on here. I'm a disabled single mom who
Oh, here we go. You know what, Karen? You want to act like a victim? Now it's time to be the victim.
photography
I
business.
can believe that. I believe that instantly.
If I don't post for like
I wonder why you're single.
2 days, look
Yeah.
for me. And I'm not suicidal or wanting to hurt myself
Yeah.
or anyone else.
You think that they're gonna Clinton you? They're gonna Epstein you?
Why would the federal government go through the headache of trying to kill some bozo off in the middle of nowhere? They just put you in jail. What the fuck they gonna try and hurt you for? It's the federal government, man.
This? Nah, bitch.
For posting on TikTok.
They put Al Capone in jail for fucking tax evasion. They'll figure something out.
That's right. Yep, these people love to be victims.
If we're all dying anyway, might as well make it mean something.
Oh, man. Ice done blasted another one. Check out Decoy. W Decoy. Hell yeah. Decoy. I miss his old one. I miss Decoy voice. But you know what? I'll take Decoy.
Making mass arrests in Los Angeles as the latest controversy occurred in Compton when a Fed was forced to open fire on an illegal evading arrest by driving his car into the agent. As activists
Look at that. Look at that. Big surprise.
Immediately arrived at the scene.
Apparently it happens quite a bit. I think it was like one in every 25. Either somebody that is a protester tries to run over an ICE agent, or the guy that they're going after tries to run them over. It happens a lot, apparently.
Two different perspectives here. Let's take you out to this one. This is coming out of California. During an immigration
let's show the first 5 fucking clips of the same fucking car accident from 17 different angles and say how it was the ICE agent's fault now, right?
enforcement operation, and when agents approached that car to detain the suspects, shots were fired.
Now, was that man just innocently driving to work when a deranged ICE agent randomly sent rounds into their windshield, or was he a wanted criminal, known for trafficking people and assaulting their spouse on multiple occasions? As right after it happened, nobody knew nothing. But that didn't stop these idiots from shouting at the ICE agents, suggesting this was due to race.
I have seen more diversity in the packs of ICE agents that I've seen than I have in the protesters. It's hilarious, dude.
You should be on this side. They kicked me on this side. Why aren't you guys on this side? What is that last name? Reyes, a mother Hispanic. What are you doing on that side? That's attempted murder. Let that mother. I wish he was. He's not a good guy. I can tell you that.
Matter if he's a good guy or not. He's still human, you know?
Really? That's really how you feel? The fuck? Doesn't matter if he's a good guy or not, he's still human? What the fuck? Man, I've got some choice words for that, but I don't need to get a suspension today. Not today, man.
These people feel completely comfortable cussing out the authorities, not even knowing who exactly got injured. It was the ICE agent, or even who they were arresting. It was someone known for harming their community. But I guess they're not solely to blame, as the corporate media is reporting only headlines, ICE agent shoots suspect during operation. How this is prompting a massive response, conveniently omitting how it wasn't a random shooting. This was an illegal known for human smuggling and harming their spouse or cohabitant, who was ordered to be removed in 2019. But during his arrest, he rammed his...
My favorite thing is whenever I look at all these other social media sites like CNN, MSNBC, ABC7, and then I look at Fox News, and Fox News was the only one that covered the Iran situation. How come it is that you're not supposed to watch Fox News? Because I've gotten comments that are like, don't watch Fox News, that's a bad one. And it's like, but they're the only ones that are actually covering problems. They're the only ones that are trying to actually, like, look at things in a non-biased way. They're a little biased, sure. But they're the only ones that accepted Nick Shirley onto their show and didn't immediately try to disenfranchise him. And they're the only network that I saw that even covered the genocide in Iran. I don't see any of these other media networks covering it. They're too busy trying to disenfranchise Nick Shirley. Like, it's crazy how I'm supposed to watch not a specific one, but all the other ones literally have people coming forward and apologizing for calling the president of the United States a pedophile without any actual proof. Like, yeah, he's in the Epstein file, sure, but like, you can't go based on what's in the Epstein files because we don't have anything that's condemning on Bill Clinton or anybody that's in them. We don't. Like, most of it's redacted to the point where you don't know what the fuck is going on until they release it. Supposedly, they're supposed to be releasing more this week? I'm not sure, but...
the cops, forcing them to defensively fire.
And then, like, not to mention that, like, Trump sued most of them anyway because of their false shit. And if it's like, oh, well, that's just fake anyway, but the court of law obviously saw in Trump's favor. So that should tell you something. The court of law said as Trump is collecting his big money, that you guys are fucking lying. That's what they're doing. They're lying.
Not even harming him as he attempted to flee right after. This is just the preliminary information, but it kinda sounds like he was an abusive scumbag, not only victimizing his own family, but his community as he was trafficking people to who knows what fate. But the mainstream media conveniently omits this information just to make their useful idiots take to the streets to protest against Trump's evil border laws, as they would like you to think there's these massive marches in Los Angeles, except upon closer or further inspection, there really isn't much interest in activism.
Shit, there's nothing there. You know why? Because they're probably all in Minnesota right now.
It's ICE in LA.
I mean, let's be honest here. There's no fucking way you can tell me that all those protesters in Minnesota are actually from Minnesota. I mean, they're probably going to be whenever, so I think two things are going to happen. I feel like whenever the funding stops on February 1st, that some of those protesters are going to leave because they're not getting paid anymore. And I feel like the people that are in, like, the government are either going to, or like, you know, getting federally funded, like a lot of the police and stuff like that, are going to quit their job, and then they're going to go out and either anti-protest or protest with them. So, like, I feel like it's going to be a mixed bag.
Now begin a march in and around the downtown LA area. Now, organizers are calling this the Free America Walkout. They are urging people to join them in protest of what they call fascism, the recent raids, and troops occupying cities.
And remember, just 7 months ago, this city was shut down for weeks, with thousands of activists shutting down everything.
Well, ever since they got rid of that USAID or whatever that was, that like the minute Trump shut that shit down, the protests stopped. They stopped. It's crazy how they shut down one piece and it completely crippled these protests. It does make you wonder how many of these fucks are actually paid for.
And massive riots local authorities could do nothing about. But then the Trump administration started looking into who was funding these riots, and they seemingly magically disappeared overnight.
Yup.
But I believe that's just half the equation, as of course idiots will always go viral on the internet, but even the average intelligent American, like myself, is finally waking up to what's really happening with immigration enforcement. As over in Minneapolis, they're not going after innocent US citizens just going to work.
We're here to arrest a child offender.
And what's crazy is, like, their go-to, a lot of these people's go-to for this is, well, you can't, like, yes, ICE agents cannot ask if you are a U.S. citizen, but they don't need to because of a recent riot that happened in Minneapolis, I think it was last weekend, where they broke into one of these federal agents' vehicles. They opened up a lockbox and they had targets, emphasis on targets, of these illegal immigrants who had criminal backgrounds. So they don't need to ask you, they just need to know where these guys are and get them. That's the thing. That's what these people don't seem to understand, is these guys aren't just going around and asking random people there. They have targets. There are people that they're there to get and to remove. So they're not even breaking the law in that aspect. They're not breaking the law at all. They are the law. They're above the state law. Like,
and you guys are out here honking.
Which wasn't the only instance of this.
Someone in this neighborhood that's in backside of our location has sex offenses, convictions, and we're trying to find them and arrest them and get them off their street. But obviously, it can't happen with this.
Okay. Love you.
Have a
Bye.
good day.
Take care, guys.
Go hug your mom. Go hug your mom.
Which this exact scenario is playing out all across the country.
Illegally kidnapping people on their way to work. You should be embarrassed. You guys are breaking up families.
it's just getting so old at this point. It's getting so old. And you know what's sad is that every day this goes on, people are waking up to the reality that even if you try to talk some sense into some of these people, it's just not there to be had. There's just nothing there. It's just empty. And there's not like, they're not even trying to like see reason with these people, and they're just walking away. It's sad. It's just sad. Because you can't help them.
He's got.
They're like literally brainwashed.
Do you? Do you know his name? Why'd you arrest his friend?
Or even employees of some sports bar were shouting at state troopers, accusing them of being ICE.
So, ICE, Border Patrol, Louisiana.
Internet crimes against children, online predators.
Oh yeah, cool. We don't respect whatever you do. We don't believe you.
Yeah,
Full face on the
Yeah,
internet.
they stopping people and they're like asking people to show them their vehicles and stuff if they've got like big trucks or SUVs. They're like stopping people and making them open up their vehicles. They're literally blocking off roadways. They're also like attacking people that have Texas license plates of all fucking things because, you know, I guess why not? The guy like recorded himself at like a bar or something trying to get something to eat. And they were like harassing him and just saying some nasty shit. And it's just so old, guys. Give it a rest. Seriously.
You're embarrassed of your job.
Yeah, it's like they're from a different planet. It's just so sad to see at this point.
That eventually caught the attention of the local AG, saying she would charge those employees. But when ICE tries to explain, this is why we're arresting these individuals.
Many of these criminals...
You realize that they've deported so many illegal immigrants out of Minnesota that they are losing a seat? They're losing a seat.
We have a final order of removal, which means an immigration judge...
All right, we are watching this press conference. Immigration and Border Patrol officials out of Minneapolis.
Of course, it's fucking CNN, of course.
As they've been...
Again, reminding
Look
us...
at that. It cuts it off before they're trying to explain. That's exactly what that dude that interviewed Nick Shirley did. He just cut out all the parts where, like, Nick Shirley brought the evidence, and then the guy was... And they just cut that out, even though he was convinced. It's just sick.
The mainstream media, you don't hate them enough. They're so desperate for their low information idiots to think every time a law enforcement officer from any agency makes an arrest, that's actually a kidnapping of some innocent dad just driving to work. Not the many instances of known S offenders illegally in the country that were previously in custody.
I don't even think that religion should stay out of schools, period. Like, that's not going to help you in life. And I feel like they should cut out some math, and honestly, they should cut out some science as well. When have you ever used science in any field that you've worked in, unless you're going in for like some kind of like teaching position or something that has to do with science? We should be teaching them how to balance a checkbook. We should be teaching them how to, what interest rates are. We should be teaching them how to get a mortgage. We should be teaching them, you know, like how badly a student loan can fuck your life up at the age of 18. We should be teaching them like just like statistics. We should be teaching them stuff that will help them function in a society where you're either forced to go to college for 5 years, get a degree, and work at McDonald's, or to leave high school and go to work at McDonald's until a machine takes your job. Like, that's where we're at now. Like, we don't even... Like, you could have a master's and still end up working at McDonald's. We don't... We're cooked, man. We're cooked. That's just all I could say to that. We're cooked. We're cooked.
Somehow released by these sanctuary city policies. And after they're done trafficking other immigrants into S-slavery, then trying to end the lives of federal agents with their vehicle, they demand Americans march on the streets on behalf of disbanding ICE. But the saddest aspect about all of this is both sides can admit there are dangerous individuals that need to be removed from America.
That's home ed, which we used to have along with science, more science and math, Latin, etc. Don't have to take from one area to give more to in another. More science is what inspires a kid to be a scientist. Well, it doesn't matter if that kid wants to be a scientist if they go and they become, let's say they get a master's in science, but the science field is so full with students that have already gotten the position that there are so many people applying to it that they can't get a job in that field, and they're at McDonald's now because that's what's going on. All these kids that don't know what taking out $150,000 student loan does to you for the rest of your life. Take out $150,000 student loan to go in a field that they might want to do, and then they end up getting a master's in like science or something, and they end up working at McDonald's, and they ruin the rest of their life, and they end up, ending their life. It's been happening a lot. It's fucking terrible. Like, it's awful. Why should you even have to pay for college? It's disgusting. Like, it's insanity. This isn't a game.
America. The Democrats demand ICE be stopped, but have yet to provide an alternative to keeping Americans safe from dangerous criminals. And when
It is all a scam. It's a fucking scam. Just like all the scams that are going on everywhere, dude. Like, health insurance is a scam. Insurance in general is a scam. Like, the fucking colleges are scams. The loan systems are scams. It's all set up to just fuck you and take your money. They want to make you an indentured servant. They want you to work the rest of your life and past your retirement until you die. That's what they want. It's fucked. We're cooked.
This reality, they become cranky toddlers.
Your reckless rhetoric is putting their lives in jeopardy. Know that this is un-American. You are making your city and your state less safe and secure.
You should be ashamed of yourself, and I'm going to pray for you.
I love how this guy's just trying to talk, and this guy's like, you should be ashamed of yourself, fuck you. Da-da-da-da. It's like, you can't attack the argument. All you can do is attack the person. Because you know that it's on a fake foundation. It's fake, bro.
Disgrace.
You are shame on you, my brother. God have mercy on you. Shame on you.
You're a disgrace.
Because what you're doing is wrong. You are a disgrace.
Take the prayers. Thank you very much.
You have that $1,000
but the one that needs
yeah, he's doing it.
Openly admitting they don't care what happens to you as long as they are safe.
Oh yeah, no. If they actually gave a shit about all of this, like, think about that. If Tim Walz really gave a shit, if the mayor really gave a shit, then why aren't they down there protesting? Why are they going back after they do their nice little press conferences to their nice little multi-million-dollar mansion that they got from scamming Minnesotans and tax-paying people all over the country? If they really gave a shit about what they're saying, why don't they practice what they preach? Why aren't they down there pulling out their cameras and recording ICE agents? Why aren't they down there doing that? If they feel like they're not breaking the law and what they're doing is so right, then why aren't they down there doing it? Let that sink in.
Safety of those agents that choose to be masked because of the target.
If what ICE is doing is illegal, then why aren't they down there doing it themselves? Why aren't they down there protesting with all the protesters?
I had a constituent that tried to kill me, serving 25 years in federal prison.
At least Leonidas was strong enough and brave enough to die with his soldiers.
The DOJ just prosecuted him. And so, I don't get to mask my face because I get threats. I got a police officer in front of my house.
Well, regardless if they're on the right or the left, we want everybody to be safe. It's just insane to go on TV and say, yes, I know we live in a dangerous world, which requires criminals to be put in prison. But as long as I have a cop watching over my home, why would I care if you were forced to live next to a wanted violent felon who was already ordered out of the country? It doesn't take a genius to see their hypocrisy, and that's why I think these anti-ICE activists are dwindling. As nobody wants to be the useful idiot that gets arrested.
Well, like, it doesn't help that they're attacking each other now, like, people that are trying to join the crowd or the mob or whatever you want to call it, the riot, the fucking whatever, the stupidity. They try to add more brain cells, but the negative brain cell decides that it doesn't want to add any more, and they end up attacking anyone that tries to join them. It's
on the name of protecting evil politicians.
The FBI has apparently just served subpoenas to several officials here in Minneapolis, including members of the office of Governor Tim Walz.
Where ironically, recently disgraced Governor Walz demands you protest against...
Look, he's at his nice big mansion around his nice gate. It's kind of crazy, bro. This is like the prime example. They want to flood your streets with all these violent, illegal criminals and tell you that it's that you're supposed to protect them, and they never even feel the shock of having that in their little world with their nice big gated community. They're not the ones that have to sit there and sleep in a house over from a convicted sex child rapist. Like, they live in a mostly like majority white community with a nice big gated fence and a super fucking massive 7, 8, 9, 10 bedroom house. Look, he's not even brave enough to step on the other side of his own gated fence. That's crazy.
Walls while hiding behind his home's walls.
Yo, it's not even just a fence, it's a damn gate. It's like a wall. He's talking about like we don't need a wall for the borders, and he got a wall in around his own house. That's why they don't want a wall at the border. They got one around their house.
Don't have people to take them around, and don't have lawyers to defend them. The resistance matters. We're not telling people to be silent, but we're not telling people to go.
That's right. They got dummies to do it for them.
To cause good trouble.
This is probably the most evil statement he's ever made, as the phrase "good trouble" is not only a lie about the riots he's essentially been calling for, but also Renee Good, who senselessly lost her life on behalf of Walz's political agenda, as good trouble sounds like he's demanding more of them sacrifice themselves to
And you know what's really sad is he wouldn't even be out there if they didn't have that congregation around his house. If those people weren't around his house, he'd be in his house. He's just trying to put up a face.
Him from prosecution.
If you really gave a shit, you'd be out there protesting, guy.
The worst part about this...
I'll say some nasty shit about Ilhan Omar, but she got her ass down there and got arrested for protesting. I'll say that. At least she knows that if she gets sent back, she's fucking cooked.
Is it's met with cheers from these lemmings, as despite the fact that they have yet to stop a single arrest, Minnesota is still seeing some protests, where these pathetic protesters swarm gas stations to toss potato chips on Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino.
You know what's crazy? Is that if that was actually the Gestapo, they'd just killed everybody in that crowd. You think for 1 second that these people are the Gestapo? Are you crazy? The Gestapo, the minute you tried to block their way, they would just open fire into your car and kill you. The Gestapo never fucked around with this. You should be thankful they're not the Gestapo, because you'd be dead. People were terrified of the Gestapo to the point where they wouldn't even leave their houses.
Which eventually results in the activists being gassed. And more arrests are made.
Execution? My guy, what?
And again, it would somewhat make sense if this ended in 50 U.S. citizens prevented from being sent to Alligator Alcatraz, or even 5 less deportations of their coveted Tren de Aragua gang members. But it didn't. It just resulted in several activists being arrested, more money being spent on the salaries of these ICE agents, and yet another example as to why they need more federal forces to flood Minneapolis.
Exactly.
Of course, there will always be idiots that will believe every...
They need to wash over Minnesota like a fucking wave. Like a tsunami washing over Hawaii. They need to flood that state with so many federal agents and military personnel that they're terrified to come out and do this nonsense.
Single thing the media says. But even if you're paying the slightest amount of attention, this makes you realize none of their narrative makes sense.
It doesn't.
They want you to believe Tom Homan flooding the zone with federal agents is evil, but somehow didn't think this when Obama was giving him a presidential medal.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, they've been doing this for years. What are you on about? Obama also believed in this. Like, what are we doing here, guys? Like, what the fuck are we doing? You act like this is some new form of fucking government or something. Like, what?
As honestly, this image looks like it's
crazy.
AI, but I'm thinking it isn't, as he did indeed
Man,
receive...
look at how youthful he looks.
the Presidential Rank Award for deporting over 920,000 individuals for Obama. Once again proving this isn't about virtues or human
Bro, I bet the amount of people that have been deported under his administration is incalculable.
rights. This is the Democrats realizing if they say enough stupid, emotionally manipulative shit, they can turn their brown nosers into brown shirts. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic
W decoy. He's always got some bangers, bro. Always. Guy does not miss. Oh, we got some arrests? Let's go.
Paul Morrow is here, and he's a Fox News contributor and a retired NYPD inspector. This thing feels like it is growing. What did you think about the interview from the jail?
Yeah.
Can we take it seriously?
Here's the thing. Obviously, she has an incentive.
I love this dude. This guy is really good. This guy's really good. Hold on, let me move this over. I'm blocking him. I am blocking him. Let me move my camera. Let me move my stuff around right quick. Hold on. There. I don't want to block him.
What she's saying, she's looking at 30 years. She's very involved with this. The danger for the people she's talking about, Waltz, Fry, Ellison, and others, is the fact that she can serve as a pointer. Whether we choose to believe her or not, it comes down to will a grand jury, or ultimately, if it goes to trial, a petit jury, a jury of her peers, 12 people, potentially believing her testimony relative to these other people. But when you have somebody like this that was on the inside, we always called it in intelligence a pointer. She's there to tell you as you go through a mountain of emails, a mountain of communications, which we know they serve subpoenas to get, those subpoenas for documents, right, including electronic documents. As you ferret through a mountain of stuff, if you have a quote-unquote pointer to say, no, forget about that, look over here, saves you a lot of time, it helps focus the investigation, and sure, they might have to cut a deal so that she has less time in order to testify and all of that, but that's how cases are made. Anybody who's ever seen a mafia movie knows that.
It seems like a weak defense. I kept asking, they kept giving, and it's their fault, not mine.
She's not getting out of that.
By the way, 250 million stolen allegedly. About 75 million has been recovered. So there's a lot of money out there that someone has illegally. Now we got some breaking news, Paul. I want to get to that on a Fox News alert because moments ago, remember that church incident on Sunday?
So far, we have arrested Nikimi Levy Armstrong, who allegedly played a key role in organizing the coordinated attack on City's church in St. Paul,
Minneapolis. The AG Pam Bondi posted this.
Man,
all right,
that's crazy. I mean, that's what you get. That's what you get, man.
Now, minutes ago at my direction, HSI and FBI agents executed an arrest in Minnesota. So far, we've arrested okay, we'll come back to that. So far, we have arrested Nikima Levy Armstrong, who allegedly played a key role in organizing the coordinated attack on City's church in St. Paul, Minnesota. We will share more updates as they become available. Listen loud and clear. We do not tolerate attacks on places of worship.
Hey, what did you think you were going to gain by... Everyone in the church that they went to left the church and went home. They didn't gain anybody, and all they did was stir up a shitstorm for themselves. That's all they did.
To that, Paul. But on Monday, Tricia McLaughlin was on with Dana and me, and part of her answer said, "I think we will be seeing mugshots very soon." She was tipping her hand that arrests were on the way, and this is the first one that's been made.
Yeah, and look, there's going to be very, very little that they can do in defense of this because it's on film. And
see, what they got to do is they got to get this girl, this woman, they got to put her in jail or charge her and say, look, we're going to put you in jail for 30 years. We're going to put you in jail for 30 years. But I tell you what, we'll cut you a deal. Every person that set you or sent you money to do this, that you snitch out on, We'll take away 5 years off your sentence. And you tell her, hey, we already know who told you. They already testifying against you. So we're not going to say who. We just want to make sure that we know we got the right people,
They didn't cover their faces. Now, here is the thing that's going to come out of this. You have her under arrest. Now you're going to
And you do that for the rest of them. You do that for the rest of them.
And this is where it starts to spider web out. You start to see who was talking to who showed up in regard, including Don Lemon. How much did they all know going in? That imports things like conspiracy charges, which can be quite heavy.
They need to subpoena this lady's emails and all her information that's like social media based. I guarantee it's going to be like one big group chat of a bunch of like elected officials or leaders that are all together on this, and they need to get access to that account.
There's criminal civil rights charges that are implicated in the church incident.
This is also because one of the things that we found out about that was that they were targeting them because they were privileged white supremacists.
We talked about that earlier in the week. Not only did that come out in the video and that they said something like that in the church, but then after the fact, Lemon talks about exactly that, putting a racial...
I love how Don Lemon is calling them white supremacists, yet he's the one being charged with the KKK Act.
Overtone in the whole thing, which potentially could import a hate crime. So this was
another
really
thing
badly
about this, the woman that they've just arrested. I talked a little bit about this on the 5 yesterday because Cam Cawthorn, he writes for Fox Digital, and he had a piece about her. So she's been doing professional protesting and organizing for a long time. She gets a lot of grants from different nonprofits, and she's always made more money than she has spent. So, like, there's a financial
Big fucking surprise, BLM.
for her. There's a business model for these types of things.
We've talked about this really since I've been on the network. One of the things that I've tried to sort of bang the gong on that I think a lot of police who do investigations see that the public doesn't see is that there is a job, career protester.
You should think of this when you hear BLM now. Check this out. Anytime you hear BLM, think of this.
American patriot. Somalians ain't our people. They told them Somalians don't with us when they came over here. That's why they don't with us. And we don't with them. You notice we ain't trying to help them. And then look at all the money that they stole. Look at all that $9 billion and then put nothing in the community. It's just like George Floyd. His stupid family got $20 million and they didn't even build a community in the city. They just left with the money. God. George Floyd. George Floyd. Put all that shit on to whatever you filming. Put that shit out there, because that's how it goes. When you don't with the community and help the community, you. They took that money and left.
That's right. That's a Minnesotan right there, boy. They protested day and night in Minnesota for George Floyd, and they fucked everybody over.
Now look at them. They all broke. Yep. They got tricked out of all that money. $20 million. Right now today, for $20 million. Come on, man, quit playing with the game. All this is a farce.
Jesus Christ. American.
There you go. You think of that whenever you think of George Floyd.
It has developed over the last, let's say, dozen years or so into a very lucrative industry. And you have people who do this for a living, make a ton of money. Yes. They weaponize people who don't know any better. And to use the Leninist term.
What's sad is that these people are the ones getting paid. You guys standing out there freezing your nuts to your fucking leg or your ass off, and you ain't got nothing to show for it. You probably gonna get criminal records for doing this, especially if you broke into federal agents' vehicles.
Full idiots. They're looking for any cause in the world. They get them out of the campuses. They grow those groups and those institutions, and then they pick out people who want to stay in that world, who don't go back to East Cupcake and get a job eventually after college. They stay in that. They become the middle management, and it grows and it grows. It's very much like any other industry. The problem with it is if you dig down deep enough, you find out that there's tax money going into all of this stuff.
Yeah. Keep in mind.
See, what did I say? What did I say? I've been saying this for almost 2 weeks now. They need to cut the federal funding off to Minnesota, and you're going to see this shit scatter. We're going to find out on February 1st. We're going to find out.
You said so far.
If it lasts until then, it may be over by the time the Army may end up getting deployed before then.
That would indicate more to come.
Paul, more coming.
Thank you. I mean, trespassing at a minimum. I mean, you were not invited in. That's not your property.
At the state level, where's the minute?
But now we got people blowing the whistle on docs that show Tim Walz knew about Minnesota's fraud. Man, oh man, don't you just love to see a place of worship just come crashing down on a crazy cult?
House Oversight Committee, James Comer. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the exact same thing that happened with Peter Navarro and Steve Bannon? Is that they refused to testify, held in contempt, and then brought up on charges, and then they both went to jail?
Exactly. It was passed out of committee, passed on the full House floor, then turned over to the Department of Justice, which was led by then Merrick Garland. Merrick Garland prosecuted him and sent him to prison.
Okay, so I guess if it's good for one party, it should be good for the other. You know, I was watching Nick Shirley and the testimony about the fraud in Minnesota, but he also points out California, it's so obvious, may be worse. When you look at $24 billion missing for homelessness, then you look at, you know, all this money that was supposed to be spent for years to build a train.
That's so sad. You realize that we have all this money for homeless people and they're not even getting what they need because the community's ran by a bunch of illegal immigrant scammers. Isn't that fucking sad?
Was built.
They just take the money and send it back to their country.
To all that money. What about firefighting money? What about Medicaid, Medicare, all of these issues?
That explains the reason why they didn't have no goddamn water whenever it went up in fire.
Are you seeing and suspecting that California could be worse than Minnesota?
Well, it probably is. The population of California is significantly more. We've started in Minnesota investigating fraud with respect to the welfare benefits because we've had some brave whistleblowers who have come forward. These are credible whistleblowers who are employed by the state government. They're overwhelmingly Democrat, and they're bringing lots of documents forward that not only prove there was fraud, but also implicate, in my opinion, the fact that both Governor Walz and Attorney General Ellison knew about it. I think this is happening in every state, but especially...
Don't you just love to see it?
Especially in the blue states, because it doesn't...
I think it's in every state. I guarantee you that every state has a form of fraud, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with red or blue. It ain't got nothing to do with Dem or Republican, far left, far right. When you got bad actors running the system, you're going to have fraud.
That the Democrats care as much about wasteful spending as Republicans do. And I think the American people are sick and tired of their tax dollars being wasted and expect people to do something about it and be held accountable.
And you're looking into Congresswoman Omar. How much money did she have when she came to Congress, and how much does she have now?
She didn't have any money when she came to Congress. In fact, according to her, she was in the hole. She had a negative net worth. Now her net worth is somewhere between $6 million and $25 million. It's very difficult to determine.
How's it going?
In the financial disclosures form, but
JDD
at the end of the
music.
day, they went.
Oh man, yeah, we chilling. We chilling.
0 to anywhere between 6 and 25 million in about a year and a half. That is a red flag, and we're trying to find out how that happened, especially in Minnesota, where we're seeing all of this welfare fraud with relation to the Somali community.
It's always good to have a day off. Yes, sir.
It might have to do with Nancy Pelosi investment advice.
Yes, sir.
James Comer will be watching tomorrow with Jack Smith.
Stick around, man. We here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to noon. We here. I take the weekends off because I got to take the weekends off because if I don't, I'm going to go clinically insane watching this shit. Nick Shirley testified in court, boys. He testified for the fraud in Minneapolis. I hope this man locks up Tim Walz. I want to see Tim Walz being hauled out of his nice, gigantic, gated house in handcuffs at the end of his administration. That's what I want to see. I want to see it. W. Nick Shirley, independent journalist, for unveiling all this fraud. Hell yes, Nick Shirley. Go get him, Tiger.
We see, and today I will be testifying in front of Congress. How this works is I will be testifying right here. Each person will have 5 minutes to testify. And then up here you have all of the congressmen and congresswomen. They also will have their time as well. And I'm going to be talking about the widespread fraud that's been happening inside the United States and in Minnesota. As you guys all saw, I exposed the open and blatant fraud that's taking place inside of Minnesota. And so therefore I'm here to testify about that. And what will happen is each one of these congressmen will have then 5 minutes to go and ask me questions. And there'll be a clock on one of these screens, and for 5 minutes I have to answer all questions that are directed to me. It's almost like a shot clock in a basketball game where you have to go until the timer runs out. And
I was going to say it's more like a game of chess. I would like to let y'all know that Nick Shirley, and he has publicly said this, and it's very obvious, he's not a very good speaker. You can be a really good YouTuber or independent journalist as long as you're reading something, but he is definitely one of those people that's not very good at debates. Luckily, he's not doing debates, but he's not a very good speaker, and it's very obvious.
The quality leering hoodies are live on the website, Shirley Defense. You can go ahead and get it in the link.
Bro, I gotta get me one of those fucking hoodies. I gotta get me one of those hoodies.
In the description or in the pinned comment down below. And
Bro,
now
low key, dude. What better way to represent than to get one of those hoodies and stream like wearing one of those hoodies? Bro, I gotta get me one of those hoodies.
Mr. Shirley, you're recognized for your opening statement.
Awesome. I'm here today to speak on behalf of all hardworking, law-abiding, tax-paying citizens here inside of the United States.
And you know what's really crazy? They tell you not to watch Fox News, but Fox News was the only one that was talking about the fraud in Minneapolis and Tim Walz before Nick Shirley went down and did his independent investigation and just threw like gasoline on the fire. Straight up. Straight up. I didn't see CNN, MSNBC, ABC7, CB, whatever the fuck, BBC. I didn't see none of that. I didn't see none of them down there.
Bring to light widespread fraud that's happening inside our nation, and we the people have had enough of our hard-earned money going towards fraudsters as if it's no big deal. As I speak here, I want to ask everyone a question. How much do we trust when we pay our taxes it's going to benefit our nation? People erupted during the Boston Tea Party over just a few percentages as they believe they were being taxed without representation. Nowadays, we have the representation, but do we trust our representatives? My name is Nick Shirley, and I made a 41-minute video that I posted on platforms like X and YouTube. My video received over 100 million views.
It's sad that we live in the day and age where our media is so corrupt that we have people on YouTube posting videos that are going super viral that are taking down people like Tim Walz. It's sad that it has to go to, we have to rely on these people that may actually be crackpots to take down these political officials because you can't trust media anymore because they're all paid. Even Fox News, to an extent, is paid in a biased opinion.
And it created instant change within our government. As the federal government launched investigations in departments such as Health and Human Services froze over $185 million in child care funding until businesses can prove they are legitimate businesses. I actually became aware of the fraud that was happening in Minnesota in June of 2025 as I was there for a separate video in Minnesota and started reaching out to me, asking me if I was making a video on the fraud. I said, well, what fraud? And this lady, she was a real estate agent, and she says, well, I'm having a hard time selling my properties because people are curious about these assisted livings that are popping up next door to some of the houses that we're buying or the home health care clinics that are popping up, and we don't know who's next to these houses that we're trying to sell. And I said, well, I'm not going to come and make a video if I don't have any proof. So therefore, I left Minnesota, and I continued to look for fraud in the best way I could. And as I was getting my own information, a man by the name of David reached out to me, and he said, hey, I have been investigating this fraud for years now. I have been driving by these child care centers. I have never seen a single child, and I have received the information from the state of Minnesota as to how much money these places are receiving. I said, great, let me come to Minnesota and we'll make this video about potential fraud that was taking place inside of Minnesota. We go to a daycare, and I'm instantly surprised by what we see. We arrived, and it was an industrialized building, and there was 2 daycares registered at that daycare, at that building. And the first thing I noticed is all the windows are blacked out, and there's no footprints in the snow of any children. There's no playground.
The big thing that's a big indicator for me was some of the units were inside of other buildings with no play areas outside. I know I've said that before, but there's no play areas. These places have no play areas, and you try to get anything and they just shoo you away.
Or anything that would make it look like it's a child care. But above me, a sign read, open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. But there was nobody there. The doorbell did not even work. And then we continued to go to other daycares, and we noticed the same pattern. No children, blacked out windows, and one daycare, a learning center, spelled Quality Learning Center instead of Quality Learning Center.
Bro, he's trying not to laugh. You could hear it in his voice every time.
They had received $1.9 million, yet with that $1.9 million, they could not even spell Leering right on their sign. Governor Walz has said he's been fighting fraud in Minnesota since 2019 and said the buck stops with him. However, how long would it take for you to notice $1 million leaving your bank account and not knowing where it's going? That's essentially what had been happening in Minnesota for years as billions of dollars.
Well, the thing is that what he was doing was skimming off the top and not caring about where, he probably didn't care where the money was going.
Dollars has been misplaced. And meanwhile, while people like Governor Tim Walz call people like me a white supremacist.
Yeah, I love that how this independent journalist, Nick Shirley, called out what he was doing. And immediately Tim Walz, instead of attacking the argument, attacked Nick Shirley and his character. That seems to be the reoccurring theme no matter where these people go. Like, even with the protesters, they're never going to attack the argument that you're giving them. They're always going to attack you and try to harass your character.
Delusional conspiracy theorist.
It's crazy.
He actually decided to drop out of re-election because I believe of how deep and extensive this fraud is.
Oh, damn!
Since my reporting,
Did you hear that clap, bro?
I believe of how deep and extensive this fraud is. Thank you very much. Since my reporting, the HHS department froze over $185 million, and to this day, not a single business has been able to prove proof of legitimacy. How fast would you be proving that you are a legitimate business if you have children to actually feed and to take care of? You'd be sending in that paperwork instantly. I made this video to document the widespread fraud that has been...
Well, my favorite thing is that whenever they were doing investigations on these places, you had one of these places that were like, oh yeah, someone drilled through the fucking cinder block concrete from the store next to us and specifically took our documents. Nothing else, just the documents. What? Come on, man.
Place, as I truly believe all fraud is bad, and people like me, my generation, we're sick of seeing tax dollars go towards fraud.
I don't know about you, but I'm sick of working my fingers to the fucking bone, not being able to afford anything, and then noticing that these Somalians are moving into houses that I could only dream of, and they're not even paying for them. They're calling them daycares, and then they're just staying there. How can you move from a foreign country and afford a 7-bedroom house in one of the nicest neighborhoods I think I've ever seen, and you don't even pay for that mug, dude? You just using taxpayer dollars to pay for it. That's some bullshit. That's bullshit.
We just want to have the same opportunities that our fathers and our grandparents had. And when you see people making millions of dollars by committing fraud, it upsets everybody from all age demographics. And so I hope today we can have a good conversation, and I think we can all agree that fraud is bad and that fraud is fraud. And I wish the best for our country, and I think that's what needs to be happening is to crack.
I think that Nick Shirley, now that he's done this, there's going to be a lot of YouTubers that are going to be ready to go out there and become famous, looking into these states and how much fraud is going through them.
On all forms of fraud. So thank you for having me, and God bless the USA.
Cecil. Charles Cecil. Okay, Charlie Cecil.
Mr. Shirley, now I guess investigative journalists are known as right-wing social media influencers. So can you confirm how many daycare centers you personally visited in Minnesota during your investigation?
During that first video, we went to around 7.
How did you select those facilities? I know you said earlier footprints in the snow, but how was it that you identified those facilities to go to initially?
So the man David in the video, he had the daycares with...
Why isn't David there? I don't, I figured maybe he would be there testifying as well. I'm kind of surprised David didn't show up. Even the Somalian people that they interviewed in the second video were asking David who he works for. They were trying to figure out how David, scratched the surface of this, who told him about it, stuff like that.
Funny, and we just simply...
I'm so curious to know who David really is. What he plays in all of this.
Minnesota, around Minneapolis area.
Took a lot of courage to do that, I would imagine. Probably more so now than what it was when you initially did it. 100 million views, you said.
Yes, over 140 million views on X alone.
So what was Mr. David's background? How did you connect with him, and how did he call you, or did you reach out?
He simply is just a man in Minnesota who has a passion for his city, and he's been seeing fraud taking place for years. And out of all the thousands of messages I get on Instagram and other platforms, I just happened to read his, and he provided me the information, so I gave him a phone call.
And then from there, just went to those different facilities. What was probably the most interesting thing as you were doing this? I think I saw the video. We watched it, and it looked like it was...
Man, what a fucking highlight right there. Like, you have the like senators and people of like high political wealth and power looking at your video because you know that this kid, he's like 20, bro, is literally shaking up the entire U.S. government, like all across the country because of this one thing he found in Minnesota. This is, I feel like instead of protesting, if these people want to make change across the country, they need to actually do what Nick Shirley did and go to these states or go to like the government and do independent journalism, because you saw how quick Tim Walz was shaking in his boots. Like, you put these people on blast, and you're gonna figure out real quick, who's in this for the betterment of America and who's in this for personal gain.
Number of facilities like in the same building.
Yes. So in one building, there was, I believe, 3 daycares, and there was no children. And they were all receiving CCAP funding for separate daycares. There's one daycare we went to that one day it was closed by the government, and then that same day it was reopened underneath another name. And they both received CCAP funding.
So how many daycares are there in Minneapolis we think are fraudulent right now? Mr. Shirley, any idea? Are the amount of money total? You get any idea on that?
Well, they've frozen over $185 million, and not a single business has been able to prove that they're a legitimate business yet.
It's $185 million for sure that we know.
Mr. Shirley, thank you for your testimony.
That's crazy. So all those daycares that he went to, none of them are even able to provide proof that they're a legitimate business. That's insane.
Testimony today and the work
crazy.
that you've done. You know, Americans hear these numbers of the fraud that we have, and you know, whether it's 10,000 or 10 million or 10 billion, sometimes the numbers, you almost become desensitized to it. And so the way that your video was able to show people the fraud sort of in real life actually happening, I think opened a lot of eyes and has helped to catalyze a level of scrutiny that we really should have had before. So you mentioned in your testimony that you think that what you discovered in Minnesota, that this is not isolated to that state, but likely exists in other parts of the country as well, correct?
You know what's really funny? I guarantee you, if that video didn't get 100 and however many million views on X, they'd have made this dude disappear. Guaranteed it. Guarantee you this dude would be disappearing. It may not be, you know, like, obviously it probably wouldn't be someone like Tim Walz, but I guarantee you someone in one of these states would definitely be talking to a hitman. This dude would have vanished without a trace. His channel would have been taken down, and you'd have never saw it. But because he did it not only on Elon Musk's X, but it also got over 180 million. Like I said, these YouTubers need to go out. These independent journalists need to go out to these individual states and find the fraud, because I guarantee you each one has it.
What makes you think that?
Well, now you're seeing, since I've posted that video, lots of other people have started to go to other locations, for instance, in Ohio or in Maine or in California. They're also seeing the similar fraud take place in other daycares, for instance, in a lot of other locations.
Yeah, I have a particular interest in California, being from that state, and we know that there's been a lot of fraud. There was $32.6 billion that's been confirmed in unemployment insurance fraud.
What? Yo, what? How much? How are they allowing this?
There's 1.2 million fraudulent community college applications. Have you gotten any sense, or have you seen any signs?
So colleges are doing this. Oh, obviously colleges are doing this. Oh, obviously. I mean, if you have a community college and nobody's showing up, what better way to make what better way to make money than to just say students are showing up, but no one's gonna validate it, right?
There that sort
crazy.
of are similar to what aroused your suspicions in Minnesota?
Yeah, and fraud in California might be worse than the fraud in Minnesota.
What makes you say that?
Well, $24 billion went missing for homelessness. They've been trying to build this train for years, yet there's hardly anything to prove for that.
The fact that they're supposed to be building up infrastructure to prevent fires from burning down hundreds of homes, and now most of LA is fucking homeless. Let's not forget about that, right? Huh.
Fires.
Yeah, those are good points. So you look at let's run through a couple of those because I mentioned the areas where we have confirmed fraud, but then you also
thanks
have
for hitting
these
the like
areas where
button,
you have
Charlie.
so
Hell
much
yeah!
spending, and then we
we here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to noon. I take the weekends off because I got to let my brain cells recoup from all this mental retardation that's online.
resulting of that spending, and there's nothing. So, $24 billion in homelessness, and yet the homeless population went up. And a state audit found that they couldn't even figure out where the money went or what the outcomes linked to that spending were. Is that something that is kind of a red flag for you?
Yeah, it's a major red flag, and you don't even have to be smart to be able to know that.
Damn!
Red flag.
Well, unfortunately, our state legislators haven't managed to figure that out, or at least the governor hasn't. So what are you saying about him?
They're not smart. No, but yeah, I mean,
well,
it's so
they obviously have something to do with it. You can't tell me that amount of money, the amount of money that is being sent using Minneapolis airports is hundreds of thousands. It's like millions a week. The agent that he talked to said that they were sending like $700,000 twice a week. That's an insane amount of money. You can't tell me an elected official doesn't know where that money's going. There's no, dude, you cannot know.
Minnesota is how complicit the government has been in enabling this fraud to happen. Quality Learning Center had over 90 violations, yet they continue to give that daycare $1.9 million.
Yeah, that's a great point. That there's the political accountability just hasn't been there, and that's what enables it to continue. So then you mentioned the high-speed rail as well. So there has been about $18 billion spent so far. No track has been laid, and not a single passenger has ridden the train. So when you spend $18 billion on a train and there's no train, does that raise suspicions for you?
Yes.
I used to game. This used to be a gaming channel too, but I kind of like had to evolve to get the views, man. Had to make the monies.
For sure.
But I kind of already had like a gift of seeing stupidity, so it was kind of easy.
A $650 million 911 service that they scrapped after 6 years, so absolutely no value from it. Maybe that's another example where there might at least be questions.
I think you got a lot in California.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to seeing what you find. We're certainly trying to use.
I think that Nick Shirley, now that he's made all this money, instead of investing in a team of security for him to walk around in California, what he needs to do is he needs to invest in smaller independent journalists that are YouTubers that he can rely on that will go to places like California and do their own investigation and try to see what they can uncover. He should pay them to do that. That's what he should do. Because his face is too known, and I guarantee you if he does something like that now, he's really going to risk being like, hurt really bad or killed.
Whatever tools we have here to bring more accountability in California as well.
Mr. Shirley, have you seen any evidence? You said twice today that $185 million of recipients, not one of them has been able to demonstrate that they are a legitimate business.
No, in fact, they're actually actively suing the HHS to prevent handing over any information.
Right, so
we also have a Discord. You can join the Discord, and you can recommend videos in Discord. We can do that as well.
The information that would be required of an audit, that would be required from a separate independent investigation. They want a court to intervene and enjoin and prevent them from having to respond to this kind of investigation. Is that correct, Mr. Shirley?
That is correct.
Thank you all. Appreciate it. We are adjourned.
POW, Nick Shirley. I hope that we can see Tim Walz getting walked out in handcuffs. Seriously. I want to see Walz go to jail. I want to see actual accountability for this. I'm sick of seeing all this testimony and shit and then nobody being held accountable for anything. I'm so sick of it, bro. So fucking sick of it. Hold on. There's one more thing I want to look at. Let's see if I can find it. Iran issues official death toll from this protest. Let me see. Hold on. Where is... I need to find Asman. I need to find Baldy. Come on. There was something that Trump said yesterday that was pretty gold. Let's see if I can find it.
Trump is going scorched earth on Davos. What's this?
Canada gets a lot of freebies from us. By the way, they should be grateful also, but they're not. I watched your prime minister yesterday. He wasn't so grateful. But they should be grateful to us. Canada lives because of the United States. Remember that, Mark, the next time you make your statements.
Just says his fucking name. Jesus. He sounds like a mob boss? No.
Us. Canada, grateful to us. But they should be grateful to us.
That sounds like Palpatine.
You know what the difference between Iceland and Greenland is? When the Mongols got to when the Mongols got to Iceland, I'm sorry, when the Mongols got to Greenland, they called it Greenland so people would settle there, but it's really just a big fucking island of ice.
It does. That's Palpatine.
I realized in that conversation that the United States is keeping the whole world afloat. Many places, I could give you 6, 7 places just in the people. Tomorrow we must reject the perennial prophets of doom and their prediction.
That's an older one. Not worried about that.
And watching all...
Manipulated.
We'll look at the Nick Shirley thing after this.
We believe deeply in the bonds we share with Europe.
No, I think it's definitive. It absolutely is true. And a lot of people's ancestry, like at least all the
culture that they've created over the last 10 years, it's horrible what they're doing to themselves. They're destroying themselves. It's beautiful, beautiful places. We want strong allies, not seriously weakened ones. We want Europe to be strong.
I don't understand our full of kids. I think it's definitely true, but I think it is more complicated than
out of reach for millions and millions of people in the Biden era because interest
I'm looking
rates...
for a very specific segment, and you'll be happy if I find it too. It's good.
These big companies and these people that buy up all of these houses and then they...
Here we go. I think this is one segment.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. But you've driven up housing prices by... In recent years, Wall Street giants and institutional investment firms, many of you are here, many of you are good friends of mine, many of you are supporters. Sorry to do this, Joe, I'm so sorry. But you've driven up housing prices by purchasing hundreds of thousands of single-family homes, and it's been a great investment for them.
Oh, my God.
He actually is trying to stop this. He may actually be lowering the cost of living.
Level of winning, I didn't think that we'd ever unlock. I didn't. This is crazy. I'm so happy to see this.
Straight up addresses it in a foreign country.
We need to these big companies and these people that buy up all of these houses and then they treat them like investment properties.
And then they rent them.
There's a reason why we have commercial and residential zoning. So how are you really not basically like, and this is the question, right? Is that you take a step back and you ask yourself, what really does it matter between commercial and residential zoning?
Taxes. It's taxes.
Well, when you have...
If you have a bunch of apartments, they're going to pay an outrageous amount of taxes to the government because they're usually owned by richer people. Well, what does a single-family dwelling usually have? Has a bunch of lower-class, middle-class workers in it, so they're going to pay less taxes. Well, what better way for a company... What better way for a company
as commercial assets to just be rented? Doesn't matter.
What better way for a company to dodge taxes than to just buy a bunch of fucking properties, rent them out, so they not only gain money but they can dodge taxes?
Between commercial and residential zoning. Well, when you have all of these houses and they're being used as commercial assets to just be rented out infinitely, is
not to mention they can collect taxes because of a depreciating asset.
basically not residential? I don't think it is. I don't at all. So I think this is totally right. He should have gone after this. It's important. It is. And it's not, I know it's not legally the case, but it's against what I think the essence of owning a home and being...
Everybody in the world, for the most part, if you're like a normal fucking person, wants to get a job, have a career, get a house, support a family, and live a happy, long life without killing themselves at work. A nice, peaceful life. That's originally why we would allow immigrants to come over, is to migrate and then, like, assimilate with society. But it's not even possible anymore. You can't do it.
In a neighborhood and being in a residential area is. And fundamentally, that essence of being part of a neighborhood, being part of a community, having a house, owning a house, living in a community with other people around you, being able to pay off that house and retire and live there. This is the American dream. And it's the dream of the whole world. Like, it's not like in Japan they don't want this, in China they want this, in Russia they want this, in Kenya they want this. Everybody in the world wants this. So if we don't have the ability to do that, what the fuck is the point of all this? Exactly. What is the point? It's a big part of the American dream. Well, yeah, it is. It absolutely is. So I'm glad to see it price the fuck out of residential areas with their algorithms and drive up inflation. Well, the algorithms...
That's not what they do. They buy up the houses and they decide the prices themselves. Oh, but the housing market is going up. Who decided that? Who do you think decided that? The companies that are selling the fucking houses. Who do you think decides the price of the groceries at the store? The fucking corporation that puts the groceries in the store. Duh. Where do you think this imaginary quote-unquote inflation number comes from? Where do you think it comes from? It comes from people that are very fucking wealthy that own everything, and they decide what the number is that year. And isn't it interesting that the longer you stay in an apartment, the higher up the number goes and it never goes down? That's fucking why.
Just basically a loophole through making an actual cartel. The algorithms are a mathematical cartel, but because it's not being done by them directly, what's going on? Well, I'll tell you what's going on. It's that they're buying up these houses, they're renting them out incrementally, and they're making way more money by it. I think this is ridiculous.
If you're a corporation, you shouldn't be able to do that. Like, I feel like if you're an American, period, and you're wealthy, at most, you should have 5 houses before they start trying to, like, mega tax you for being a corporation. Straight up.
Yeah, it has to fucking stop. And I think that the big, and here's another component, right, is that the big corporations that own all of these houses, they do own a lot, but they're still only a small piece of the pie. You have to go after the individuals and the LLCs that are owning 200 of them at a time, because the collectives that own like 100 or 200 at a time, they're the ones that are the real problem. That's the actual issue. You need to make a rule that if you're an individual, you can't own more than like 5 houses.
Oh, look at that.
If you do, you can't be renting them out. You can buy 1 million houses if you want, but you can't use them as commercial assets.
I agree
That's
with
the
that.
issue.
I actually really agree with that.
I think 5 is reasonable. Who the fuck goes over 5?
What do you need 6 or 7 houses for? That's crazy.
Asset ownership inside of a large company. And this, if it's 1% to 2% annually, and then the house, but they never brought this up. I have not seen a single one of them make a single comment that any of them said that what he did was good. This is obviously good. Let's say $400,000 a month. If you're depreciating the house at $1,000 a year, and never need to get a new,
I miss something.
We should have the company. And again, large companies deal in 7- and 8-figure decisions for this all the time. So the fact is, and that's a small company. Big companies are 9 and 10 figures of depreciation. I'm not even serious. Cars also, yeah. Cars, another great example. Yes, if you're able to write this off your taxes, if you're owning these houses, then you should absolutely be able to do that whenever you're doing this too. This is Samaritan. That's hard to say. Got it?
Everything is, a person can't get depreciation on a house, but when a corporation buys it, they get depreciation. Okay, that's something we're going to have to think about too.
It's ridiculous.
That's
Delete
crazy.
it right now.
That's crazy.
This is what a crazy fucking exploit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if too many people think about that. You buy a corporation, they buy 500 houses. They buy hundreds of thousands. They buy 500 houses. They can take depreciation.
Yep.
A person sweats.
And think about how much money that is. So
It's
if
millions.
the depreciation on a house is, let's say, $1,000, it's 1% to 2%. So
it also depends on the overall cost of the house.
So I'm right. Okay.
Not able to.
Well, I wonder if they will go against this, be about this. And I was at the beginning of the stream about COVID and
see. There's another one.
Here in Europe, we've seen the fate that the radical left tried to.
Can you imagine being somebody that, like, I mean, this is the president that's talking about a windmill as $1,000 is like.
There was another one here about immigration.
Germany now generates 22% less electricity than it did in 2017. And it's not the current chancellor's
NATO's
fault.
gay?
He's
Is that
solving
true?
the problem. He's going to do a great job. But what they did before he got there, I guess that's why he got there. And electricity prices are 64% higher. The United Kingdom produces just 1/3 of the total energy from all sources that it did in 1999. Think of that,
Wow.
1/3.
What happened?
And they're sitting
Where'd
on
it
top
go?
of the North Sea, one of the greatest reserves anywhere in the world, but they don't use it. And that's one reason why their energy has reached catastrophically low levels with equally high prices.
I feel like if you want to own a home, it should be every independent citizen's right to have one home in their lifetime where it goes based on your income and it shouldn't be more than a certain percentage of your income. At least one in your lifetime. And if you sell that home, that's it. But you can have one home like that in your entire lifetime.
Prices, very low levels. Think of that, 1/3.
And it shouldn't take no 30 or 40 years to pay it off either.
Sitting on top of the North Sea, and they like to say, well, you know, that's depleted. It's not depleted. It's got
Net
500
zero
years.
push?
They haven't even found
The
the oil.
fuck
The
does
North
that
Sea
mean?
is incredible. They don't let anybody drill. Environmentally, 39%.
Seems stupid.
And yet I haven't been able to find any wind farms in China.
Yeah, I think we should use nuclear.
Cut out 50% of the fraud, 50%, and we should be able to do better than that.
Yeah.
We would have a balanced budget without having to talk about even growth. So we have a lot of options, but we're working very hard on that. That's a big deal. It's not just.
If you want to get rid of the fraud, you have to take the people that are doing the fraud and put them in jail.
Yep.
You have to put everybody involved in jail. Like any of the people that are aware of it. And this is the reason why fraud never, like, there's no incentive to stop defrauding. Like, you know, you get a fine, maybe you get 6 months in jail, that's it. You've got to put the people that are involved with this, especially on like a federal level, you have to put them in jail for like 10 years. I would say maybe even longer, even white collar.
Yeah, I feel like if you defraud the government, you should get like Al Capone levels of federal crime. You know what I'm saying?
Fraud?
Like put them in jail for a long fucking time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, duh. Obviously. Like, if you want to... So, do we... There's...
Endless foreign imports. The consensus was that so-called wisdom in Washington and European capitals that the only way to grow a modern Western economy was through ever-increasing government spending, unchecked mass migration, and endless foreign imports. The consensus was that so-called dirty jobs and heavy industry should be sent elsewhere, that affordable energy should be replaced by the Green New Scam, and that countries could be propped up.
Have you noticed that? So, like, this was brought up in his chat, I noticed yesterday. So, the Green New Bill was something that was going to make all cars electric by the year 2035. You had to have an electric car, right? Or 2030. But here's what really got me. And he said this earlier in this video was, how is it that China's making all these windmills and all the batteries that America uses, yet they don't have any windmills? Have you seen a windmill farm in China? You haven't, have you? And if you do, they're very far and few in between. Same thing with solar panels. It's all made in China. All of it. Batteries, everything. All made in China. Isn't that interesting? So of course, for some odd reason, we would be wanted to use nothing but batteries to power electric vehicles, and a hope like, when does the death spiral end, right? Oh, we want to pass these laws that make it to where everyone has to have a green vehicle by this certain year. Okay, well, that's cool, interesting. How do we do that? Well, you got to buy a lot of fucking batteries to power the cars. Okay. Who makes the batteries? China. We're already in debt to China. It doesn't matter. Buy the batteries anyway. Interesting. So now that we got the batteries, we make the cars, and now we're just exacerbating this debt exponentially. Do you understand the problem there?
By importing new and entirely different populations from faraway lands. This was the path that sleepy Joe Biden administration.
Oh my God. He just going out there and saying it. I've been waiting on this for a while, huh?
And guess where all those batteries and chargers are made? Fucking China. Now, they're probably all like parts from different places in the world, but they're usually assembled, built, and sent from China.
I've been trying to say this for years. Thank fucking God.
Literally says it on stage.
For years. Out there and saying it.
Administration.
We need 1,000 more presidents after this man that will get up on stage and say what the fuck he thinks. Seriously, he's in a foreign country giving this to the world.
This was the path that sleepy Joe Biden administration.
Oh my God. I've been trying to say this is
foolishly followed, turning their backs on everything that makes nations rich and powerful and strong.
Yeah.
And there's so much potential in so many nations. The result was record budget and trade deficits and a growing
that is nuts.
Sovereign deficit driven by the largest wave of mass migration in human history. We've never seen
You don't find it odd that the UK is dealing with this and they're also pushing back on it? Canada is doing Canada isn't really showing anything, but they've got like some of the biggest mass migration in the world. Then you've got America, they're pushing back on it now. You don't find that odd at all?
Quite frankly, many parts of our world are being destroyed before our very eyes, and the leaders don't even understand what's happening. And
oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually saying it. I've been waiting on this for so long.
He just says it.
Was this here? Somebody's upset. Go back. You said, pull me up. You're off. I did see everything. I saw you spam it multiple times. You know you're not supposed to spam. I've said you're not supposed to spam. I didn't pull you up because I want to listen to that. It's stupid.
So
I want to hear.
Actually,
yeah, no, I think that really.
Conventional wisdom in Washington and.
A little bit of that. We got another one. Well, wait a minute. Ask my immigrants. Court. All this is.
The Danish foreign minister rejected your call to negotiate on Greenland. What will?
I didn't call him.
No, sorry. The Danish foreign minister rejected what you said in your speech that you were hoping to negotiate. Mr. President, the Danish.
This was a any of the. You know, you can't make everybody out. Then what's ways to
that was
develop
it
in that way? Oh. What the fuck?
Payment has been surging credit card debt. The profit margin for credit card companies now exceeds 50%.
I thought it was 40%.
One of the
a 50. Oh, here, wait.
Does he talk about credit card interest too? He talked about credit card interest rates? No shot.
Wait a minute.
I didn't see this.
One of the biggest barriers to saving for a down payment has been surging credit card debt. The profit margin for credit card companies now exceeds 50%.
I thought it was 40%.
One of the
fuck.
A 50% margin?
Fuck.
What the fuck?
That's crazy.
Biggest. And they charge Americans interest rates of 28%, 30%, 31%.
You got to keep in mind that percentage puts money back in the company's pocket. That's why they charge you that percent. They're straight up disregarding your credit score now, and they're just charging you the percentage anyway.
2%, whatever happened to usury? So to help our citizens...
Sorry, I hit the wrong button.
Whatever happened to usury?
Like, whenever you get, like, for example, if you buy a house, usually there's a percentage that you end up paying to the company that got you the house, right? And that's what's killing a lot of people. Like, if you got a $300,000 house and they charge you 5%, you're paying almost double what the house is worth with a 5% interest rate on a house that's $300,000. And that money goes to the company that sold you the fucking house. Straight up. Who determines the price of that? Well, obviously they don't give a shit about your credit. They just charge you that anyway. It used to be like 2 or 3%. Now it's 5%, 6%, 7%. It's going to go as high as 10%.
So
it's
to
disgusting.
Help our citizens recover from the Biden disaster, all caused by this horrible precedent, I'm asking Congress to cap credit card interest rates at 10%.
Let's go. That's what you need. That's what this country needs. We need to put caps on how much they can charge you to stay in a dwelling, how much they can charge you on an interest, how much they can, like, we need, like, stop band-aiding this bullshit and start putting laws in effect that make it to where, like, because that's how you're going to stop this, is when you start directly looking at the elephant in the room and saying, you're a fucking problem, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. When you start going after these companies that are buying up all these homes and charging rent for them, and then taking it and writing it off on their taxes, or whenever you start taking these companies that are selling people homes, and you put a cap on how much they can charge in interest, regardless of your credit, or you start putting a cap on how much they can charge you to buy a house, it's a 3-bedroom dwelling, dude. Get the fuck out of here. What do you need $500,000 for a 3-bedroom house? Why? Why would you need $300,000 for a 3-bedroom house, but in California, the same fucking house with the same amount of square footage is almost $1 million? Get the fuck out of here. You don't need it. You don't need that much fucking money.
1 year.
Holy shit.
You don't even pay for the land. You don't pay for the land. You pay for the house, and the HOA can take your property if you leave a vehicle parked on the side of the road in front of your fucking house. That's not even the excuse. You can't even use that excuse. That's the sad part. They can still take your house. If you don't mow the lawn, they can take your house. Doesn't even matter if it's paid off. It's dog shit. It's a lie.
Thank fucking God. Bro. Holy shit.
You don't pay for the land.
Well,
you
yeah,
don't pay
because
for the
once you
land.
get
You don't pay for the land at all. You can buy the land and put a house on top if you can get past the city's zoning. If the city doesn't want to fuck you in the ass every time you try to build a house on top of land, then you can do that. But other than that, if you buy a house that's in like an area with housing, like a subdivision or something like that, you don't own the land. And you have to pay HOA fees on top of it. Some HOA fees go as high as $2,000. No, you don't. It's not the price of the house. Most of the price of the house is the house itself. They specifically tell you that whenever you try to get a house. They're like, you're not going to be able to get the land. The land isn't even going to be factored into this. You pay for the land through HOA fees, but you don't technically pay for the land. The HOA and the city owns the land. You pay for the house. That's what you pay for. It's literally a contract that says you will enjoy paying for something and owning nothing. That's literally what housing is now.
foot in the door with that. It's not like people are going to be okay with it going back up to fucking 30%.
I know, dude. I've tried to buy a house. I knew somebody that had a house that wanted to give it to me. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You can ask Nigel in the other chat. He owns a house too. He's a veteran. Where do you live? Do you live in America? Nah, I'm just gonna ban you. You're retarded. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're stupid. Bye. Enjoy the void. Retard. Fuck out of here. You're a stupid ass.
This is insane.
I was a fucking fireman and I couldn't even afford a fucking house, man. Get the fuck out of here. You're retarded.
Yeah, economically stupid idea. Well, okay, so you care about the economic. I don't care about that. I don't. If these credit card companies, if their business model is built around usury, then maybe they don't have a good business model. Why is it that, like, you're operating under the pretense that these credit card companies have some sort of God-given right to be able to scam people and then just extort them for huge amounts of money? I don't think so. I don't agree with that. I think that's retarded. It's bullshit.
And this will help millions of Americans.
If you don't pay your taxes on your house or on your property or to the city every year, they can take your house, even if it's paid off. You could be completely paid off in taxes. You could be retired, but if you don't pay the taxes on your property and on your house, they can still take the house. You don't own the land.
You
don't have a deed to the land. You have a deed to the house, and even that. At this day and age is questionable.
28%.
It's crazy.
They go out there a little late in their payment and they end up losing their house.
What's usury? Usury is charging an exorbitant amount of interest in order to basically put somebody into debt forever for borrowing money.
Yep.
That's the reason why.
And that's the reason why the student loans are such a problem. You realize that no bankruptcy will ever get you out of student loan debt? You can file for any type of bankruptcy and student loan debt will still be there, no matter how many thousands of dollars it is. You cannot shirk student loan debt.
50% was promised some 3,000 years ago. Well, it's time to end it's time to break the promise.
That's right.
We go to jail if we charge that amount of interest, but not bank companies. We got people now defending banks. I know. It should be classified under predatory lending practices.
It
Absolutely.
is. It should be, yes.
You know what I think they should also do? They should do that with student loans.
I agree.
I think they should. If you get groomed for 12 years going to school and then you finally take out a student loan because every person in your life that you trust has told you that it's the right decision, is it really something that you should be held accountable for the rest of your life?
No.
I don't think so.
Fuck no. At the very least, they should make it to where if you file for bankruptcy, that shit automatically gets taken off.
So I think it's ridiculous. I think it's obviously manipulative.
It is.
And it's predatory completely.
Yeah, you're 18 years old. You have no idea what statistics are. You don't know how to do anything. You don't know what interest rates are. And you're taking out a fucking $300,000 student loan? No, dude, that's bullshit. Most companies won't even let you get a piece of asset for that amount. And yet you can take out that amount of money? Dude, that's bullshit. That's actually trash.
Kids. If somebody did that to a kid in like a sexual way, they'd go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the people that are doing it in financial ways should go to jail too.
Biden disaster, all caused by this. Some Americans at 10% for 1 year.
Wow. I would be so happy about this. I would be. This is amazing.
And this will help millions of Americans save for a home. They have no idea they're paying 28%. They go out there a little late in their payment and they end up losing their house.
Yep. That's exactly what happens too. If you miss like 1 month of your payment without even realizing, like that almost happened to the person's house that I was trying to take. It wasn't even that they missed the payment. They had the money, but the lending company had switched banks on her and they didn't fucking tell her. And they were like trying to fucking straight up foreclose on the fucking house like a week after it was past due. And I'm like, holy shit. And she had been paying on that bitch for 3 years already.
Do we let that happen? Why the fuck are we doing that? Why are we putting up with this bullshit?
These companies are literally destroying this company.
Absolute shit,
for profit.
Man. Oh, he's talking about Minnesota inside of the... Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Bro, he slammed yesterday.
We're cracking down on more than $19 billion in fraud that was stolen by Somalian bandits. Can you believe that?
Holy shit.
They turned out to be higher IQ than we thought.
Oh my God.
These are low IQ people. How did they go into Minnesota and steal all that money?
Oh my God.
And we have, they're pirates. They're good pirates, right? But we shoot them out of
They're
holy fuck,
Jesus,
bro.
guys.
the water, just like we shoot the drug boats out. They're not pirating too many boats lately. Do you notice?
True.
When they go out into those boats, they want to take over $1.5 billion tanker loaded up with oil. And they say, we're going to blow up your boat. They have powerful weapons. You hit the side of the boat, you blow the whole thing up.
Yeah.
The insurance companies are petrified, so they say, just give them the boat. We'll give them money instead. And I don't do that. We blow them right the hell out of the water. We see them going out, we blow them out of the water. We don't have any pirates so much anymore. We do.
I haven't heard that much about the Somalian pirates. That's kind of true.
That's right.
Yeah.
They had shut down like an entire waterway for like 3 years or something and were taking over boats and stuff. Trump got into office and was like, nope, boop, dead.
They won't be there long.
Now they're in Minnesota instead.
Yeah, right.
Cut down with the hitting of the boats that are loaded up with drugs, including submarines. Can you believe they actually buy small? They call them mini subs, very fast. They're meant for drugs. We've knocked out two of them. The Democrats say they were fishing. You have ruined.
I love how they say they were fishing. These people can figure out.
Yeah, how are you gonna go fishing with two motors on the back of a boat going full fucking blast? Like they trying to run from something, bro. What? That was the stupidest fucking argument I have ever seen. Obviously, these people haven't been fishing. I mean, clearly, if you're not going fast enough, the boat, the fish aren't like they're not getting hit under the water hard enough to pop into your boat. You got to go faster, right?
Read a license plate from a satellite, and you think they don't know what's on a boat? Are you kidding me? They were able to extract the president of another country and shut down their entire electrical grid, and you think that they don't know what's on a boat?
Bro, right? Like, the United States military rolled up in there, was like, yo, hit the lights right quick. They literally just turned off the power to Venezuela. They were like, yo, hit those lights right quick. And then someone in Venezuela was like, yeah, I got you. Click.
Me? How can you even think this?
Somebody's fishing.
It's so stupid.
I would say a submarine is not a fishing boat. You don't fish. But we've.
I thought you have to fish where the fish are.
Knocked down drugs by.
Yeah, why the fuck would they be going there anyway? What are they doing there? Why would these boats be in that area anyway? Why are they making a beeline in a straight fucking line for a specific direction that just so happens to be off the coast of America? You don't see that as a problem, period? They could have brought anything in those boats. They could have brought weapons of mass destruction, terrorists, fucking drones that could have blown up people. Like, who the fuck knows what could have been in those boats? And you want to tell me they're fishing? Bruh, come on.
The oceans.
They could have brought a nuclear bomb or something equivalent that is just the warhead itself in those boats and planned on using it to blow up a building in New York or something. You don't know what the fuck's in those boats. You want to sit here and lecture the world about what's in the fucking boats? I think the United States military knows more about what's in those boats than we do.
By 97.2%. Think of that. And I actually say, who the hell are the 3%? Because I would not want to be piloting one of those boats. We knocked them down, and now we're going to start on land.
It's kind of impressive, honestly.
The land is the easy part. What we did on sea is incredible, and that's our great military. The situation in Minnesota reminds us that the West cannot mass import foreign cultures, which have failed to ever build a successful society of their own.
Oh my God.
Ever build a successful, cannot mass import foreign cultures, which have failed to ever build a successful society of their own.
Holy shit, bro, he just fucking says it. Just no fucks given by this man. Zero, absolutely no fucks. They're all gone. The bag of fucks, the vending fuck machine is gone. It's just, I don't care anymore. Holy God.
Reminds us that the West cannot mass import foreign cultures, which have failed to ever build a successful society of their own.
Thank fucking God. Holy shit. Obviously, this is true. Duh. Of course. Trump actually based. Yes, thank God.
It's odd to me that they're even advocating for the mass importation of immigration. Like, You do realize that the whole reason why we had 9/11 was because of two people that were from a foreign country drove planes into towers. When did it ever become okay to just mass import billions of people or millions of people into a country without background checks, without making sure they are who they are? Like, do you want another terrorist attack? Like, what's crazy is that even the Somalian fraudulent stuff that's going on in Minneapolis, there are ties that bring it all the way back around to a terrorist regime in Somalia. That's where allegedly all the money's going. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Glad that he's saying this stuff. Yes, obviously, if you bring a bunch of people over from a place that's a shithole, the place that they're going to go to is probably going to turn into a shithole too. Obviously, if you just took a random plot of land and you teleported all of the Japanese people to this plot of land, that area is going to look a lot like Japan.
Right?
It's pretty fucking obvious, but the moment that you apply this to something else, people think that somehow it's racist.
Like, there should be a questionnaire before you even move. I mean, I'm sure there is, but one of the things that should be mandatory is that if you become a citizen of the U.S., you have to give up citizenship to every other country. You can get your citizenship back, yes, but for the first phases of becoming that, you have to give up, unless you're part of the military. If you're part of the military, that's different. But if you move here and you're like a scientist or something, you have to give up citizenship if you want to become a citizen here. Like, straight up. And then you have to wait like 5 years and then you could reapply for citizenship of your own country. That's what should happen.
Oh, it's
and
not.
You damn sure shouldn't be allowed to vote, to become either a voter or be an elected official in this country, period. If you weren't born and raised on American soil, you shouldn't either vote or become an elected official, period.
It's common sense. Duh, Trump's been watching? Yeah, you're looking at reality. So obviously this is the case. Yes, duh. And I am glad to see that there are a lot of things that I say that Trump ends up saying, right? I don't think that he's watching me or something, right? That's insane. But I do think that it's really nice to be validated, okay? It is. It's
right. Okay, so we're gonna knock this video out, and then we probably gonna roll for today. So we got suspect messes with K9 and finds the fuck out. W video. Check out Midwest Safety. W Midwest Safety. Hell yeah, Midwest Safety.
Office. You guys are being stopped. What happened? You guys are being stopped. You guys are being stopped. I just bought this. Listen here. He's gonna go real south for you, ma'am. You too.
Listen, I'm good though. Just chill.
Okay.
Don't walk up on me.
I'll walk up on you.
I'm good.
I'll throw you in handcuffs. If you want to fight, listen. If you fight me, that dog's gonna come out of that truck, ma'am. Over here.
I would never fight you.
Yeah, you're both being detained.
Yeah, I got another unit here.
Well, it's crazy how these guys seem to operate. I don't see them trying to run nobody over. Huh.
Shoplifting is what you're accused of. So hang out over here. Hang out over here, dude. One more time, you're going in handcuffs. Put your hands on your back.
Oh, there he goes. He's running. Holy shit, bro. This dude trying.
Hey, you got the charge, motherfucker. Watch out, watch the dog, watch the dog, watch the dog. Get in here. Get out of here.
Oh.
Look at him in. 9, pain, boy. 9.
Ooh. Woo! 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 Bro's getting fucked up by that dog, bro. Oh, shit.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Maybe on your back. Hey, I need another pair of cuffs.
That's right. Tased and the dog got your ass, man. You picked the short straw that day. Fuck. Damn, bro got messed up. Damn, he got messed up. Woo-hoo! Whoa! God damn!
Hey, here.
I wonder why there's no reports of the sheriff's office, you know, like handcuffing people and then tasing them and then sicking their dog on them. That's crazy, huh? It's crazy how the law works. Think about that. Kudrow just got himself a meal simply by being a cop. Like, what better way to serve your country than being a dog that's a cop? Yo, W dog.
You want to swing on me and punch me in the face?
No, I would never punch
You would punch me in the fucking face.
No, I would never do something like that. I think
You good?
I'm good. I almost got hit by a car.
No, you're not. You're going to jail for resisting with violence.
Bro, I need bigger help.
Well, we got EMS coming, but these are the decisions you made.
Oh, please, Lord, forgive me for all that I've done. Ow! Ow!
Oh my
You're
God,
detained
bro! What a
for suspicion of
5-year-old.
shoplifting. Because they saw you stuffing stuff in your yellow bag.
I don't steal ever.
You should have punched him in the face.
Damn, so this dude getting fucked up because of her piss poor decisions. That's crazy.
No, he started hitting me and I didn't do nothing.
But you failed to realize I was right across the road.
Please get the handcuff off my arm, please.
No, ma'am, sit down.
Come on, Bubba.
All right. All for some cookies. That's right, bro. If they had just complied, they wouldn't have even been handcuffed. They probably would just be like, "Yo, just give the stuff up and get the fuck out of here." And you know what's crazy? I wouldn't doubt for a second if this cop was gonna pay for it. Straight up, I wouldn't for a second doubt that this cop was gonna pay for it.
Please take it off my right arm.
We ain't taking it off.
Please, gentlemen. I swear I'm begging to God. Shut the up.
Ow!
I can't. It hurts too bad. Come on, help me up. Pull, mother. Damn. Damn, I'm hurting.
Don't fight the police.
No, don't walk up on me and get a pistol and fucking talking shit to me.
Tell that to the judge.
It hurts so bad.
That's right. Tell it to the judge, man.
Yeah, my face hurts from where you punched me in the face.
No, I didn't punch me, sir.
No, I grabbed you.
Look at me. Look at me. Hey,
No.
please help me, sir.
that's wrong.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
Tell it to the judge.
Please don't. I don't want to go to prison again.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Woo! It went from, "Oh, you did this. I don't want to go to jail."
Please don't.
Absolutely, you're going.
Bro, please don't.
Sit down.
Sit down and talk to me. You have a heart. You're just like
Hey,
me.
man, look at it this way. Look at it this way. Is if you go to jail, then you're gonna get free meals. You ain't got to go into a convenience store and steal, right?
Honest, great man. You don't lie. You don't steal. Yes, you're just like
I don't.
me. I know you
And
don't.
you punched me in the face, so you're going to jail for battery on LEO for resisting with violence.
Ooh, I love officers that throw the book at these people. Throw the book at this dude. Seriously.
Oh, I'm hurting so bad.
Yeah, me too. My own dog bit me.
Hey, are you good?
Kudrow's ferocious. That's a ferocious one.
Now, he literally was talking to him there, walked up there, and then I watched him just cold cock my partner.
I didn't hit nobody. I didn't hit nobody. I just
Bro's got a task force with him. He's got another officer riding around with him, and he's got a dog. Damn.
I grabbed you, and then you swung on me.
Damn, bro.
I never swing on you. I don't really even know what happened. I was so scared. Please help me. My side, my rib right here hurts really bad.
EMS is coming.
Hey, you know why? Because the dog bit you.
And you got tased.
Kudrow got some cookies.
I don't lie. You know I don't lie. I'm just like you.
I think you lie a lot. You punched the police in the face.
Ow, please, dear Lord, help me. Ow, please, John, help me. Give me some I've already been in prison 3 times. I don't even carry a gun.
Oh, big surprise. I wonder why he would punch a cop in the face. How much you want to make a bet this dude has a warrant out for his arrest already?
Nothing no more, bro.
But why would you punch my partner?
I didn't punch nobody. But listen, I don't try to...
You did.
I try to walk off.
You think I ran from over there just because?
Bro, let me see. Listen, look at me. I would never punch an officer.
You punched him in the face.
Oh my gosh, what did that happen there?
I bailed the dog out, and then he spun, and the dog got me and him. I'm good. It's starting to kick in a little bit, but I'm good. I got it worse than he did.
Now, was I nervous? Yeah, I didn't want to go to jail. I wonder why he's run up on me. I'm nervous. First off, he didn't run up on you. You guys were talking right there, and you went back to here. I watched
Run up on you, man.
Hey there. What's your name? My name's Rodney. Hey, can you help me?
You know this dude's a professional victim because of how he's trying to spin this argument right here.
Please, Bubba, please, Bubba. What happened? Listen, the dog bite. He been tased, dog bit. Sit up. Sit up. We'll get you to bed.
Oh, bro.
Watch my shirt, please, sir. I got you.
Watch your shirt.
Stop kicking. Go to that knee. There you go. That's it. There you go. Have a seat. Have a seat. Please take the shirt off my wound. Listen. Please take my shirt off. Please don't let it touch.
We're gonna put your shirt off once we're inside.
Damn, he got messed up.
Dog's coming. So he held up a second. The guy was here. Somehow he spun. The dog got me.
How did he let the dog out? Is there like a button they can push that opens the door? How did he let the dog out? Because his partner didn't get the dog out. How did he do that?
He tased the guy. Then the dog came off me, got him. I think so. I think that happened.
So I hit him with the taser prior to you guys going to the ground. That's what made him drop to the ground.
Okay.
After officers opened up the female's purse, they found a large amount of stolen items, most of which were candy and snacks. During the struggle, the male suspect reportedly threw a black bag on the ground, which was later determined to contain 13.3 grams of methamphetamine and a glass pipe.
There it is.
The female was charged with shoplifting or retail theft. The male was also charged with shoplifting or retail theft, felony resisting with violence, possession of a controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
There it is.
The male suspect pleaded no contest and was sentenced to 21 months in prison.
That's
He
it!
was subsequently released, and in June 2025, he was arrested again on charges of resisting an officer.
Big surprise. Big surprise.
Felon in possession of a taser and possession of meth. This next case
Jesus,
shows another
man.
shoplifter at Home Depot who was caught before leaving the store. However, that won't stop him from making the biggest mistake of his life.
Are you giving
No shot. Did he really try to attack the officer? Nuh-uh.
Because I mean, you get caught, you don't give them problems. You just do what you're supposed to do, and then you go to us, and then you go home, right? Right? You give them problems. No, I can't. It's a game, man. We all know the game, okay? You come in, you steal, you get caught, you then take care of what you got to do. What do you need him to do?
He doesn't have ID. He got my plate and stuff like that. I just fell on hard times, sir.
No, I asked you. I didn't ask you what happened. Everybody falls on hard times. That's why we steal. What's your ID?
That's all I got is my insurance card.
Why? What's your name?
Cordero.
When were you arrested last time?
Probably about a year ago.
You've been arrested before for retail?
DUI, that's it.
No retail?
No.
No stealing?
No.
Larceny?
No.
Nothing?
None of that stuff.
Period?
No.
Nothing?
None of that stuff. Yeah, well, I retired and then came back.
Really?
Yep. You said somebody at the stores.
Oh, hell? Oh, there's no way. I'm going to show you a couple of pictures of you.
Bro, there's no way this guy's trying to attack a cop with that many around him. Because you've got the store man, it looks like you've got like people around the cops. You've got a cop on the other side of the cart, cop in front of you. You got, I guess that's a store employee or store manager or general manager or something.
See, the whole thing is that the camera systems that they have are probably the best camera systems I've ever seen. All they do is get your picture, and then your picture goes into the system. So if you say that's not you, you better be damn sure it's not you doing the other one, okay? So you better basically put like a Spider-Man mask on your face.
The kid's really in the car? Yeah, I lost my job because I was in an accident.
Okay, and?
I started drinking and stuff like that.
Okay, and now what?
We've just been doing stuff like this, man. It's not right, you know?
It's not right. Probably pays the bills, huh? What do you got on you? Anything good?
No, I ain't got nothing.
Guns, knives, drugs, bazookas?
No, I ain't got nothing.
You're not an armed robber, are you? No. People do it, man. They come in with razor blades. What are you going to use this for?
I was going to try to sell it, honestly.
On what? Like marketplace?
Find someone on the street.
Oh, he trying to run. Okay, he tried to run. I thought he tried to attack the police. Woo! Not with my kids. Dude, I love that. That's that Minneapolis mentality coming out right there. You can't hurt her. You can't arrest her because she's pregnant. Well, maybe you should have stayed in the Lowe's or the Sears or wherever you're at, and then you wouldn't be outside.
I got my kids, man.
Come on, man. They right there. I got my kids, man.
You got them down?
Yeah.
I got him. You got him.
Bring your arm around. I got my kids. Bring your arm around now. Bring your arm around now. I got my kids. Bring your arm around.
We're just fighting with them. Got all the people helping us right now.
I got my kids.
All right. Come on, man. Just relax.
Nope. Get the fuck out of my face.
Nobody's on your
Nobody's on your face.
I got this one behind him. I need you to bring your one to me.
All right.
Oh, shit.
Bend this arm backwards. You got that? I got my kids.
Do you understand that?
I have my kids.
Do you understand my words?
Yes. I got asthma. I can't breathe.
Oh man, now he's getting everything. Now he's got asthma, his kids. The next is gonna be his arm.
Bring your arm around.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Give me a second.
I got asthma. I can't breathe. I'm not fighting no more.
You are fighting. Bring your arm behind you.
Put it behind.
That's
Bring your
a
arm behind
big ass dude. They gotta use 2 handcuffs on him?
I'm gonna roll you over in a minute. I'm not gonna fight.
I'm gonna roll you over. Bring your arm around. Bring your arm around now.
Bring your arm around now.
All right, good.
Roll over on side.
Hold on a sec. Stay right there.
790 is in custody.
Damn, look at all the cops, man. Jesus.
Yes, I got it in my pocket.
Where's it at?
In my pocket.
Let him get it for you. You can get your head.
Listen, you gotta sit up. You gotta roll you over and sit you up. Okay. All right? I can't.
He got an inhaler in his pocket? That's interesting.
Sit up. Not on you. Okay. I need.
Why are you trying to run?
Relax.
A couple of scrapes, that's it.
You gotta put the cuffs in front of me, please.
No, hell nah.
Everybody.
Nah, bro.
All right, stand up.
Okay. Let's wait for that stretcher to get him over here.
What's your first name again?
What's your name, bud? Cordero? All right, we're gonna take a seat on our stretcher, man.
All right, come on, get up and sit on the stretcher.
There's only one way to get up there.
Bro, that dude was way too wide to try to squeeze through those cops like that. That's a big dude.
We ain't big enough to pick you.
Don't really understand how big this guy is.
We'll pull you up. Up under your arm.
Yep. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go. Let's go. Up. Sit. Sit. Thank you. Excellent.
So he jets about.
Yeah, they see everything, man. There he goes.
He jets out. And this will be the best outdoor camera. It'll get
Oh, man.
right here.
What is the angle of that camera, bro?
There he is. He's coming out. It's at that point. Grab his
Damn,
foot.
he's like the tallest one there. That's a big dude. Holy shit.
He's a big guy. He ain't going anywhere without a foot.
You guys just have him pinned, eventually handcuff him then?
Yeah.
If he has asthma, why is this guy trying to run? He should have known right away that wasn't going to work for him.
I bumped into him in Indiana gas station about 3 weeks ago. And we had some words.
This suspect was charged with
Really?
retail theft greater than $300, resisting arrest, and an outstanding warrant for his arrest.
Oh, man, that was one case off. Damn it.
Prior to the incident.
That's why he ran.
He is innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Why do shoplifters always act surprised when somebody calls them out? Like the world's just supposed to let them walk out the door without paying. Today we've got 2 videos, 2 different stores, but the same attitude. Entitlement dressed up as innocence. One of the most frustrating things
There's
about
a
being
whole lot of that going on down in Minnesota right now, man. Yo, W Midwest Safety. Hell yeah, Midwest
cop is
Safety.
you pick up on
All right, boys, tomorrow's Friday. Can't believe it's already Friday. We're going to be back on tomorrow bright and early, and then we're going to hit that weekend up, and we'll be back on Monday after that. But we'll be back tomorrow morning bright and early. Stay safe out there. Stay friendly. Thanks for watching. You guys are awesome. Try to stay safe out there. Put a smile on someone's face. You might change their whole day or their whole life. You never know. I'll see you boys tomorrow. Be a whole new day tomorrow. Peace.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work cause my boss is a jerk and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life cause I don't feel alive and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute. I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there